Hello, everybody, and welcome to tonight's broadcast in the Connection Esports Arena. Today, we are going to be getting on with some Super Smash Brothers against the NJCU Gothic Knights. I am Matt, and I'm joined today by my good friend, Bobby Weimer.
You used my real name.
I did.
I was actually not, so you call me my fake name a lot.
I did call you your
I
fake
was
name a lot.
fully expecting you to be like, I'm Matt, and here's my imaginary friend Kresnik. I was really expecting that.
No, I'm all dressed up today.
You are dressed up. That's why you're real and I'm fake.
Yeah.
I wasn't necessarily expecting to cast, so I'm just in a t-shirt.
Yeah, no, I'm.
I should keep some spare clothes here, huh?
It's the end of the semester, you know.
Yeah.
We're getting towards playoffs, and I gotta dress nice for the lads over in the Smash team. You know,
Right.
they've given me such good content over the semester, and I gotta pay them back at least a little bit. You know.
Yeah, they've given us phenomenal content. I think definitely deserving of the suit will be this matchup here. We're going to start off with Rampage versus Crust. So NJCU Gothic Knights, just for some context here, the last time we played them, it was honestly a pretty heavy lift from NJCU's player known as Hydra, whose name we said quite a bit here. Things are looking potentially similar. Hydra had been playing Joker throughout this semester so far, but now they're giving the Joker to Rampage instead. So no matter what, that player will be anchoring here later. But for now, Crust, dirty combo coming down from that platform. Rampage is able to belay some of the pressure for now, but we reset back to neutral with them trading projectiles.
Very much tit for tat right now. No player has really gotten an express advantage, although I do feel like this might change. Rampage does have the Arsene coming up momentarily. That can absolutely be a game changer, and especially with Crust starting to tick the percent up just a little bit, this could be real dangerous once this Arsene is up. Just waiting one more second. It's almost there.
This is the worst time to get it,
there it is.
Right? Especially if Crust can continue a combo here, knocking right out so close to the blast zone, but not going to be finished off just yet. Wants to chase him off, but not really able to. That recovery the Joker has when he has Arsene is a lot more valuable here.
Yep. Crust is playing this so smart, really taking it slow. We talk a lot at this desk about how Falco is kind of a very pacing-based character, and we saw it there. When Arsene was up, you know, Crust really slowed down a little bit, got that combo up, and got a great stock early without taking too much damage, crucially. The Rebels Guard does come out to, you know, catch a couple of blasters, but really there's not much now for Rampage.
Rampage just waiting for an opening from Crust here, trying to shield that one, but pokes just a little bit on the top with the ending hitbox of that fair as it makes them reset back to neutral here. Joker's projectiles feel so terrible to get hit by. Not just gun, but mostly the Aiga getting that dot damage afterwards does not feel great.
Yeah. Damage over time is a sparse thing in this game, and especially with Arsene up, it just does so much. So much shield pressure, too, coming out with that Arsene out. A lot of damage. I mean, that just hurts. If we're talking about things that hurt to get hit by, it's Arsene. And now you can see Crust just playing around that pressure so well.
So evasive. Yeah. Specifically on Wi-Fi. I think Crust plays a lot more evasive than on Wi-Fi than in person here. But so really holding on to this stock, going for these combos, catching him on the tech on the platform with that spike, reading the double jump, though it's not going to come out. The combo will be dropped, and he will be still fairly in control of neutral, but right now, Rampage shifting back into advantage. Hitbox is trying to cover that edge, but he's reading a lot of Crust's options now. I think, again, make him chase you, especially in the lead. I mean, it's a long timer, but it's starting to get burnt out.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a little scary here, but Crust is able to make it back on stage. 134% is much higher than Stacy's usually live, I feel like, but that back air is so huge. Gets the extra stock, and you know, all the extra credit accruing now for Crust. Bro's gonna get the A+ on extra credit alone.
Yeah, Professor's not saying see me after this one. I think definitely plenty here. Catching him on the edge, though, actually nullifying the chase there off stage and staying alive here. This grab could be a bit of percent, but counter coming through.
Arsene's out. This is spooky, but Crust pushing the advantage, deciding, you know what, I'm so high up, you know, any move will take me down. I'm gonna get as much percent as I can.
I feel like maybe Rampage is struggling to read that here. He's in the down B, getting back end, but he's using Nair to cover because he's not sure what option Crust is going to use. Doesn't expect him to be rolling in from ledge, narrowly avoiding that one there. Poke through the shield. Can he make it back? Yeah, not an attempt to really hard contest it, but back thrown off. Will lose a stock, but still 54% while sitting that high up is not bad for Falco.
Yeah, I mean, what did he lose the stock at? Like 180, 190? Yeah. Like that's much higher than you should ever get. And now Crust sending Rampage off stage immediately. The pressure is on now. Rampage is going to have to be really lucky to take another stock. These A guys just coming out to try and get a little bit of percent going without putting them in too much risk. With the back air comes out and does just barely kill the DI, not quite enough. And Cross takes that with 2 stocks remaining. Great play.
Oh, yeah. Fantastic from Cross. I mean, not normally, only occasionally the opener. Usually we see Steven kind of being the one to start things off, but Cross, I think, doing great. Partially, my guess is that SNHU starting Cross because of how well he did the last time we played NJCU.
Yeah.
There's one of the few Smash games I got to cast last semester, so it's very fresh in my mind. He was just kiting the entire time and really frustrating a lot of their players. I think I remember them switching Rampage from Joker to Aegis, I want to say. I think they had several Jokers on the roster last semester, so you can only have, just a note for NECC rules, you can only have 1 representative for each character. If you have 3 Joker players for your school, only one of them is going to be allowed to play Joker per crew battle. So they had him kind of switching around so they could put someone else on it that felt could deal with him a little bit better. It was a big problem for them then, and it seems like he's already looking to be again now.
Yeah, I mean, Cross is one of those players that plays around Falco's strengths so well. Falco's one of those characters that can really do it all, kind of like Mario in a sense, but a little more evasive. We saw those recovery options coming in. Basically, you can't contest those. Not really, unless you're going to put yourself at major risk.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
that's the thing. You can contest it, but when you're playing with however many frames of input like that Father Nintendo deems to be acceptable for you're allowed to start playing online, you really don't want to be chasing someone down there who can answer back quickly if you mess up the edge guard at all.
Yeah, so Crust just really does a good job of knowing the pace of the game and being able to set that pace. I think that's really kind of what lends Crust to be a good opening option to can really kind of set the pace for how the game and how the set is going to go.
I think it gives them a read too on kind of who they're against. Now you mentioned setting the pace, but like he's just willing to just like go, all right, I'm just going to stop. I'm going to see what options this guy is trying to use to open up neutral. Like, all right, he's spamming Igas. I'm just going to stay above him. I'm just going to be further up and to the right than that will ever hit unless he does an empty double jump. And if he does, that's something I might be able to run in and punish if I jumped early enough. Like he's using that time to understand how they want to approach him. And I think that's good in particular because, again, not everyone's going to want to use every option you have on Wi-Fi.
Yeah, especially, game 1 at the end of the semester here, every game matters, obviously. But
every game always matters.
Every game always matters.
I think this actually is a seeding game.
But,
I can look it up.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure, but if this is a seeding game, that just gives even more stakes to what's going on here. I feel like most of these players are going to play as if every game is a seeding game anyway. But from the Gothic Knights, we have received word from the back. We have a Samus coming out from the Gothic Knights. How do you think that'll fare? I mean, I
think I actually, again, I casted this game last time. I only get to cast like 2 Smash games per semester, so I think I remember him actually kind of abusing Reflector into the Samus, if I am not mistaken. We'll see if Reflector ends up being a very crucial ability for Crest in this one. I have leaderboards, by the way. I have them. Whew. They are here. So
They call him Bobby Prepared Weimer.
Prepared because I know where the master sheet is. That's how prepared I am. I knew what Discord channel to look at. So honestly, I don't know if this is a seeded game because the NJCU have either not reported any of their games or they are just delaying all of theirs. They are at week 9. They are 2-2.
Yeah, So, we are at a college. We are at Southern New Hampshire University.
Surprise.
So, just a quick little math lesson. I know the fans in the audience aren't happy about that, but 2 + 2
does not equal 9.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna.
Well, okay. All the teams will be at 8 by the end of the season because every team got a bye, and this league buys are not a free win.
Right. Yeah, but 2 + 2 does also not equal 8.
It does not. They're missing 4 games. SNHU are at 6-1. I will say. So SNHU are going to be more than likely the 2nd seed, unless Fisher College Tony gets upset by some team.
Yeah, which is always possible. I mean, not necessarily likely.
The only team that has taken a game off of Fisher is NJCU.
Interesting.
Yep. They took a game off Fisher earlier in the semester. NJCU have 2 losses. One of those was a forfeit loss.
Interesting.
So either latency related, either scheduling related because of spring breaks, because I know all the schools spring breaks at different times, and the NECC spring break is also kind of at random time, but we'll be heading right in here to a game already in progress. It looks like they already did the early sacking here. Zamu, with great control of center stage, really punishing Crust for trying to come in. Again, we saw him using Reflector already, but not necessarily working the way they want to. That last hitbox of the bomb completely nullifying that option there for Crust.
Yeah, Crust is really on the back foot here. Obviously, it's kind of tough, but
that's the back foot.
That is the back foot. The back air coming out from Zamu. That's just tough. It's always difficult to kind of go into a game when you're down a stock, no matter what. But I'm really interested to see if Crust is able to really recontrol the pace here, as Falco is so readily able to do. But Zamu just really seems to have taken early control of this match.
Yeah, I mean, playing really smart in center stage. You can see Crust literally just standing still, but that won't really work if shielding into a grab here, hoping to get something off of this. Again, just wants extra credit for stocks. A lot of percent racked up already and really trying to chase, but Samus is pretty mobile, but still, he read that grab and knew it was going to be coming in. Still, Samus is so evasive on and off stage. I think using the right tools, but chasing down the spike hitbox so smart. Zamer protects all 3 of their stocks, and we are at a 9-9 game.
Yeah, so remember what I said when you don't contest that on Wi-Fi?
You can. Depends on your character, right? You don't contest that on Joker, maybe. Maybe with Arsene, but he really honestly didn't have Arsene for a lot of that first.
Yeah.
But Samus.
Yeah, so some gripping analysis from that match. Crust lost a couple of stocks. But some
I don't get the bit. There's a bit here that I'm not picking up on.
The bit is that we didn't see the whole match.
Yes. We didn't miss any of the stocks though.
No, absolutely not. Crust was able to get some combos going, but they didn't really lead into much. There wasn't that really capitalization that was happening. Crust wasn't able to get like a spike or anything quick, especially when you're down in stocks. That's what you have to look for in these crew battles. Those spikes, we see it with Steven all the time. Those are one of the few that
can really go for it.
Yeah,
because I mean, you see Insignia not really playing characters that want to spike. I mean, you're not daring off stage as Bowser. It's definitely awful. It's probably because it's a horrible dare, but regardless of that, we are sending in Font Diner Swanky. So that is, unless he's just going in that room for moral support, I'm pretty sure he will be playing. That is Min Min. So they want to play the Min Min Samus matchup.
Interesting. I don't see much Min Min outside of Swanky here.
There's another Min Min I think locally. I think Knoble is also. I don't remember what state Knoble's from. I know that they're New England. I know they're New England though because they come to GSG.
Oh, yeah.
So are expecting to see that. We are going in. Surprise. The lobby.
You get to see behind the curtain, so to speak. It's so glamorous and glorious. But you only get that here.
Mm-hmm.
You never get to see behind that. Look what happens when they shift me like 2 feet to the right. Now you get to see right in. And,
you get to see right in. Everything changes.
Yeah.
Actually, I want to, because I just talked about GSG, I want to quickly mention this while I'm here. The next GSG, May 20th. So actually, after the school year is over, I'm going to pull up this information so I can make sure I give you something accurate. And I'm not worried about our information because it's the other tournament's information that I'm worried about. The tournament that this is actually going to be a qualifier for. So the Granite State Grind May 20th is going to be the New Hampshire qualifier for the New England Smash Invitational, which is being put on by some local TOs. I'm going to go to the page right now just to get the exact information from their page. I will read it to you bit by bit. Oh, our socials team is too good at tweeting. I have to scroll too far.
I mean, you're their manager. You can stop that.
Guys, stop populating our Twitter feed, please. I need to scan here. So, New England Smash Invitational will have 5 invites, 6 qualifiers, 1 for each state. 5 people getting voted in afterwards. That's in July 30th, so it's in a while. But still, the qualifiers, if someone wants to make it the highest placing New England player at those tournaments, will guarantee their way into this very high-end tournament with high-level players invited, I believe. Light, Mars, Ling, Tyler, and Naito Sharp. Yeah. All are the auto-qualifiers or auto-invitees, I guess.
And Granite State Grind is always a huge event. So the stakes now being heightened, that's going to prove for some even greater competition. assume we're going to see some of the best people that have really been kind of lurking in the shadows, so to speak.
I fully expect, honestly, the attendance to almost triple.
Yeah,
compared to normal.
But going back into the game, you were right. Fontana and Swanky not just in there for moral support, pulling out the min. We are even on stocks. This is going to be really interesting. I think this is going to come down to who's able to establish momentum first. Min very much looking to zone and just take control of stage with those arms. So really just going to come down to, I think, who's able to get that release percent lead and sort of snowball.
Yeah, no one really willing to make that first hit. It will be Swanky that actually finds it here, trying to get a little bit of ledge pressure with that chakram. But yeah, I mean, this is kind of going into how Zama was playing, right? Zama was playing keep away, Zama was playing projectiles, just trying to keep Cross from getting in. So now we're seeing them kind of adapt directly to that, right? We're going to say, okay, yeah, we're going to put in someone who doesn't have to get in. They can play at their range, at their pace. I think actually the only zoner that Snow Blue has at all. They don't have anyone else really playing one. So good to have that mix up in styles here early on when they find themselves struggling with it.
Yeah, but these bombs coming out from Zamu are taking up so much space, putting so much pressure on the ledge with this tether grab. It's so tough to play into, and the roll through read with the forward smash takes the stock early. That's big.
Yeah, huge early start there. Great block on that charge shot, actually. I think actually low profiling the next projectile to go in. Zamu going real far down, but Samus has plenty of vertical recovery. He's just looking to rack up percent here, but that's not going to work out unless you get the stock. I'd almost like to see him switch to the heavy arm, honestly, the Wrecking Ball, and go for some damage that way here. Where's the follow-up? Can you go for something off stage with it? Wants to, gets the hit, but again, Samus able to get back. That self-bounce with the bombs makes it so difficult here.
Yeah, I think
caught there by the bomb as well. That'll give Zamu a chance to regain advantage.
I think the rationale here for Swanky is just, the chakram is taking up so much space now, but catches with the up smash. What a read. That goes higher than I could have ever anticipated. The crowd echoing my sentiments, but that might have been what Swanky needs to really get something rolling here, so to speak. And now the space being controlled so much better. The Dragons coming out, getting a beam coming through. A lot of percent early, and this is about even. Zamu with a bit of a percent lead, but nothing insurmountable at all. Swanky's playing so well around center stage right now.
Yeah, I think he's early on. He looked like he was taking a little more pressure, kind of understanding, feeling him out a little bit more than what we were seeing previously, and doing really good actually with these chakrams. I think he is getting a lot of pressure on with it, forcing the air dodge onto stage, unable to punish it. I think Zamu getting that very well.
Just because of the way that chakram kind of circles around, it takes up so much space, but that forward air is so solid, able to really chase off stage as we saw there. But as you see, the Wrecking Ball, like you wanted earlier, it comes out now. I don't know if that's
what it's called. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm just saying, if you happen to know better than me, because you probably do, you've played more arms than me, do not rely on my thought process for that one.
No. We're committing to the bit.
We're committing to the bit. Sure. I mean, over the Overwatch bit, the wrecking ball is that the bit here?
But the neutral air, the Nair kills.
The last hit of Nair. Apparently, I didn't know it was that strong. I'm not a Min player myself. I might have to. Out. Huge, just complete catch on that charge shot there. Can he make it back? He will. Rolling in though, figuring he's going to go for a punish. Zamu is, but not able to find it there. Swanky has to start adding up some percent now, has to find a way in, but for now, just spacing out. Zamu was playing so patient.
Yeah, this is going to be a game of who decides to, approach first. It becomes really difficult in these close sort of zoner matchups to not approach, but a lot of close things happening here, very close quarters, but everybody's whiffing. Nothing's happening of anything substantial, but, maybe a little bit of opportunity opened up for Swanky here. Playing around center stage, getting the reflectors out, putting the pressure on, and
putting the pressure on. The pressure's already on. Have you seen all these things that have been missed in the last 10 seconds? Shot's not fully charged. He's able to make it back, sneak past the bombs maybe, but he's going to be waiting for something. Jumping from ledge, catches him fair on the platforms will be enough for Zamu to close it out, but 2 stocks caught by Fontana Swanky. Still, though, Zamu does not look fun to play against. Just the willingness to go off stage, you don't always see it.
Yeah, that's almost like how Crust was playing that first game. Very calculated in terms of how their approaches were happening. They didn't feel the need to take a disadvantageous engage point. So they would just go whenever they saw the opportunity, but they wouldn't feel any pressure to sort of make something happen out of nothing.
Yeah.
That's such a valuable asset. I feel like so many players just kind of get antsy and want to just. I'm done sitting around. I'm bored. I'm gonna go in and make a bad play and get punished for it.
Yeah, that's being able recognizing when you have your opportunity and when not is definitely a skill that you can have. Speaking of punishes, Steven just walked in the room. So Steven on Mario, number 10 in New Hampshire as of the last PR. I don't remember if Duffy. Hi, when does the PR season end? It ended. Okay, cool. Was it March? End of March?
Yes.
Okay. So Steven, number 10 as of last PR. New PR I think is just now probably being debated on and having the graphic actually made. Did you happen to see the last New Hampshire PR?
Yes.
Are you sure? Because I feel like you'd be laughing if you. So
Yes.
I think Dan's Undertale, I believe, local, also I believe on the PR. He has PR wins if he's not, so he should be. But made a Fortnite dance power ranking.
Yes.
Yeah.
There it was. Now I remember.
Now, yeah, all I had to say was Fortnite, and the synapses in your brain started firing.
Yeah, it was like right in the back of my mind, and it just needed to be navigated forward.
Fortnite was your sleeper agent.
Yeah.
You've been awoken. But yeah, I mean, Steven, that'd be our number 10 going in now against Zamu here, who I should probably look up the New Jersey PR to find out if any of these players. I know that last time Hydra was fairly high up, and New Jersey is a very competitive region, so. But I don't know if anyone else has kind of snuck their way back on, if they've been grinding over the last couple months.
Yeah, that's the interesting thing about power rankings.
I will look it up.
I'm
going to look
very much. I like my home state at least enough to exclusively look at the New Hampshire power rankings when they come out because that's most of the competition.
People that are on them.
Yeah,
Also,
yeah.
part of why.
But it's so interesting to see those shifts, and I still remember the first time that PR was really mentioned, and Insignia really insisted that it wasn't Insignia, it was Insignia's teammates that we insisted that we get the ranking correct, because I believe we overestimated it ever so slightly. So the rest of the team had to make sure that we properly put Insignia in his place.
Interesting.
Interesting.
So, remember last week? 2 weeks ago, I think. No, last week, when we played Fisher.
Yes.
Mateo was number 11 on this ranking. The Palu.
I also think that was 2 weeks ago.
Was it 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, because that was...
Yes, it was 2 weeks ago, because the reschedule happened on the other game.
Yes.
That's okay, I remember now.
Correct.
I was just on B-Stream that whole time, so it's honestly, whenever I'm on B-Stream, it all just kind of blurs it together for me.
Oh,
It's a blob.
Going into flow state.
I wouldn't call it flow state. I was in damn state. I was the flow had stopped. I was entirely blocked.
The river
mentally.
Styx.
The river Styx
had no pun intended.
Charon had his hand out for the coin, and I'm just like, oh.
No, there was a dam blocking the river.
Stream right now. There was a dam on the river. Okay, so I have the PR here. I don't no recognized names from here, but I figured I would look. It might as well be worth it, right?
So, yeah, all information is good information, except for the information that isn't good information. That's bad information.
This seems like good information. I think there's been another PR season. This is from the wiki, but I think we actually are going to take a short little break in the middle of this set. We're going to try to troubleshoot some stuff on our ends. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back. Or will we be?
All right, welcome back, everybody. We are going right into game now. Steven coming in, stock 7-6, just barely in favor of the NJCU Gothic Knights. This is going to be a good one. Steven has always shown to be real good at the video game, believe it or not.
Yeah, I know. Definitely not particularly surprising, the skill that Steven has, but you can see here. Actually, charging up charge shot instead of taunting is probably a little one-sided, but that's fine.
Yeah,
surely it's fine. No, it actually is. Charge shot, though. Neutral might set up for that up smash combo on platforms. This stage already seems pretty good for Samus. We'll see how Mario can play around it. Obviously, though, close enough blast zones means he can find some early kills if he can get it. Just obviously does not want to give up another stock to this Samus. He's already racking up percent.
Yeah, absolutely. But Samus is playing so well using these neutral Bs just incredibly. Steven is at 134% out of nowhere. This back throw doesn't kill, but it's closer. It's a little close. A little close for comfort here. Steven, though, has a ladder combo, just barely doesn't get the spike, doesn't get the second one either. No! This might kill, and it does. Zamu sneaking out of stock early there. That's a little frustrating for Steven there, but hopefully he'll be able to really recenter and take this early so that it's only a one-stock feed going forward.
Recenter, literally, like back to center stage, because it seems like he has here. This Zair from Zamu is putting on a lot of pressure because he's expecting projectiles, and it's just Zair going through cape right there. Caught again, needs to find this one fairly quick. Shielding the up B out of shield, expected platform drop, doesn't do it. So the F smash doesn't find anything, and then up B out of shield lets Zamu maintain control. Steven has to get in here and put on some pressure, but just can't find an option. Everything that Zamu's doing is just connecting. Parry as well to keep him safe just a little bit longer, but here's the chase. Wants to go for the spike probably, but not willing to commit for it. And charge shot again. Zamu is lapped in percent, but now Steven connects an up smash, gets the follow-up as well, and puts himself back in the lead.
That was a great read to the roll, but just barely doesn't kill. One more good move. Will take it, and there it is. I believe he back aired the projectile that came out. It flanked and then followed up with an up smash. That was an odd little interaction there, and Steven taking the best, taking advantage of it.
Yeah, bear into the neutral B. That was not something you see every day.
Yeah, no, that's not how I would have expected that to interact. But you know, that's why I'm here and I'm there.
Mario's got his steel toes on.
Yeah. Steel toed boots are really well known for blocking flaming hot projectiles of probably plasma. Make sure if you're going onto a construction site that happens to have
plasma.
Samus Aran from the Metroid series. Where are your steel toed boots?
Do you want to hear a story from my childhood? This is time. This is clearly time for this.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
I got, not in trouble, but I got yelled at by my teacher for insinuating that there were 4 stages of matter instead of 3. I was like, there's solid, liquid, gas, and actually, there's solid, liquid, glass, and plasma. And they're like, no, there's not.
You went to public school?
Yeah. I did. Do I know why I was so insistent on that? I mean, because it's at least an extra stage amount. I know there's more than that, but at the time I was like, actually, there's 4, and it's really cool, and you should know that.
It is cool.
Oh yeah, I mean, oh my God, 7-year-old Bobby.
As opposed to plasma, which is very hot.
Oh, yeah, boiling. Oh well, a little further than boiling.
I can't wait to make plasma the next time I try to boil up a pot of mac and cheese. Oh shucks, set the burner too high.
I made plasma again. That's what my oven in my new apartment makes plasma. I swear. The bottom of our oven is for some reason like quadruple the temperature of everything else. So if we're like, me and my fiance, we said, let's bake cookies. So we had some on the bottom, some on the top. We had hockey pucks on the bottom of our oven and perfectly baked cookies on top. Wish I could tell you why.
Yeah, no.
Because I don't know. I was about to say, like, the people who maintain my apartment, I'm not going to dox myself even slightly online. They gave us a super oven. If we need to cook something fast, just put it in the bottom rack for half the time. And it's probably enough.
It's taking me all I can have
to do what?
To not say what is he cooking. But you know what? What are you cooking?
What are they cooking? What is NJCU cooking?
We got a Gant coming up here. This is not a common pick at all.
This player, I believe, is their second Joker who played Aegis instead. I am positive was their second Joker who played Aegis, and I guess just picked up Ganon because why not?
Doria. This is not. I feel like Mario has a very advantageous matchup into Ganon, to put it lightly. Just Mario actually has tools to do things.
Short hop nair from Ganon does kind of go crazy though.
I mean, yeah, okay, sure, but like other than that. Like
he just gets comboed. That's the problem, right?
Yeah.
He's big. He gets comboed and doesn't really have super armor on much, on much that matters to make up for it with damage. They're barely avoiding that command grab there. I just want to see big thing. How easy is it to tech Ganon inside on Wi-Fi? Is it how big of a window is it? Because I actually
not big enough.
Not big enough.
It's really odd to see some of these punishes coming out, and that with punish might have been what gave Steven the ability to get that stock there. There are a lot safer options out of that command grab than down smash. Oh no, Ganondorf moment, the flood coming out. Absolutely huge, wiping up Delfino Plaza and wiping up that stock for Kashira. That's tragic. That's awful. Oh no, off stage here too. I can see this, Mike. I can see it. I can smell it. The spike is coming out. The forward aerial wants to happen here, but doesn't come out. Both players at about center stage here, but Ganon hitting like a freight train with that dash attack. Doesn't kill, but gets the pressure off momentarily.
There's just so few options for Ganon. I mean, he's just spamming the short hop nair, and I said it was good, but it's not bad. It's not only option good, right? But it does kind of build this defensive wall that Steven's going to have to get through. Waiting out the up smash, smart there. How is he going to play this edge guard? Is he going to chase? Is he going to go for the flood again? Wants to go for the 2-frame, catches him with an up smash instead, but Ganon is just a little heavy. Reading that heavy smash again, but might go for something, though. Down B not able to get the parry, losing a lot of shield for that as well. And the last 2 to the nair will get the kill, but still, Steven has taken at least his life's worth of stock at this point.
Absolutely, and unless Kashira can come out with something absolutely magnificent, this stock is as good as gone, and there it is. Oh, just barely, as I say, caster curse, but the flood just really putting in the work.
Love that ability. Love that move. Love that move.
It's so funny. We had fun here.
Why didn't they just give Link Flood? Is this all Link needed the whole time? Why have I played through all of these Zelda games if this has just been something they could do?
You know how like Ocarina of Time, you like go through like the whole tower, and like I think you end up at the whole like top of the tower thing. You just need to flood him off. Like I don't know. I don't know why Nintendo is so bad at making video games.
At the top.
Yeah. What is this?
Cowards.
Nintendo.
Cowards at Nintendo.
Nintendo
not giving Link Flood.
Miyamoto, behind the times. We are the true renegades of game design.
Renegades of game design. Is that the title we want to take on right now? Is that our caster duo title? Hi, we're the renegades of game design here. To break down another game, we'll break down another exciting match here.
I am taking Game Design 1.
Oh, so, you're basically a professional.
I've done playtests.
Matt is officially becoming a professional idea guy. Game Design 1 is for the idea guy.
You can't call me an idea guy when I'm in this outfit. That looks bad.
I think it's fine.
No, you're right, but it's really funny. But like, I don't want to be dressed to the nines and then just. Yes. Hello. My name is Matthew. I'm the ideas guy for the studio.
What if Link with a flood? What if Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Sunshine? Money, please.
This is just like the Skyrim modder showing up to the function. Like,
I think that's disingenuous is the word I was going to say, but it's definitely not the word I wanted to use.
I don't know if there's anyone that's going to put flood on Link.
Okay, listen. I will say confidently there is a difference between the Skyrim mods can range so far.
Oh, sure.
Like the people who make like Skyblivion, wear the suit, please. Right this way, sir. It's that exact one, right?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know. Right this way. But there's definitely, I added a race car. I just ripped Lightning McQueen and dropped it in Skyrim by Riften.
Look, that gets you far in this industry.
Lightning McQueen
No, no.
or modding Skyrim. I wasn't sure where you were going with that.
Those ideas. Didn't they put like the Daytona USA car in one of the fighting games in like the Dreamcast or Saturn era? Like that.
They might have.
That comes
yes,
from an
I believe
ideas
they
guy.
did. That did. That does come. The ideas guys were different back then.
Yeah, no.
They were built. They were built different. I have to go.
Okay.
It is 8:00.
Well,
I am not going to go without getting someone else to replace me, though. If anyone would like to, I mean, I'm talking to no one right now. I am quite literally speaking to no one. Sarah, since you are here, would you not cast? Would you like to ask anyone who has been eliminated from their current match if they want to finish out this set?
we are going to have this is
A hot swap.
SNHU Esports sitcom broadcast. We have a rotating cast. We're gonna special night.
I can't wait till the bit where we walk in and freeze and it says like and starring Kresnik.
Yeah.
Bobby Weimer as Kresnik.
Yeah, like we're
Adam's still in. Hydra on Palu. Okay, I want to watch this one, but I just can't. Insignia is. I'm almost positive you're going to be up next. There's what? You are anchoring, correct? More than yeah. So obviously you cannot come on. Is everyone saying no? Oh no, this isn't good.
You know,
you cannot commentate one stock. I'm not letting you commentate one stock.
we it's always a fun time here at SNHU Esports. You know, very much a growing program. So inevitably,
we have my replacement.
We have our replacement.
Toucan Sam is going to come up and join you because I desperately need to go play Overwatch.
I'm sorry. There goes my hero. And here comes my new hero. We got Toucan Sam up on the caster desk. And the crowd is going absolutely wild for this star addition to the cast.
Wow, this is the first time I've been here.
Yeah, well, welcome. It's cozy up here, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I'm not gonna lie, I look like an egg. Holy crap!
I mean, it makes you feel powerful, though, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Like you just get to be the peanut gallery. We get to point and laugh at them. That's our that's our job. Like
I won't lie. The headset makes me feel extremely like intelligent.
Oh yeah, no, we're professionals here. This is a whole new world. But speaking of whole new world, we're getting into a whole new game. Hydra coming out on the Palutena.
Oh my.
Hydra is just good, man. Last time we played, Hydra just kind of stomped, but Steven taking a bit of an early lead here. Gotta watch out for that Palutena Nair though, and really just all of Palutena's aerials so strong, and those multi-hits are so oppressive to play into.
Yeah, I definitely feel like this is a interesting matchup. I mean, I feel like Mario would do a decent job comboing Palutena, but at the same time, she has the zoning tools to really keep him out.
Yeah, and I mean, like, it's really going to be how does Steven get in? Because when Steven is getting in and getting those grabs, these combos are coming out and racking up a lot of percent. But, it's so tough to be able to close that gap, especially when you have one stock and you're not able to work with anything. Really, that back air comes through and gets the kill early. This is a clean, honest 3-stock versus 3-stock game here.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of a tough position because Mario, I feel like, kind of struggles off stage a little bit, especially with Palutena. I mean, that down tilt into the back air, I mean, that was rough.
Yeah, I mean, Palutena, I only play casually. But for the record, I don't like playing into Palutena.
I mean, I play hero. I should basically play casually. I don't think I should play
No. I think you are the forward thinker.
Yeah, I mean,
you're the innovator. I think we need to see more heroes.
I wish we got more heroes. I mean, no. Actually, no, I don't want more heroes because then that would mean there's a probability of there being better heroes than me, and I can't have that. I gotta
No. That's not the mindset that I want to hear. You are the best hero that I know.
I try.
So, but going into this match, like, I believe now we have Insignia coming up, making his way to the chambers, so to speak. But off of a interesting Saturday.
Do you know who Insignia's playing? Wolf. Okay.
There we go. We figured it out. In a vision in our minds, we see Insignia playing the Wolf. That's not necessarily Insignia's first or second pick, but
yeah, for sure.
I don't have the the stocks, I don't have the insider information, but that might be an interesting choice to really throw them off their game. Maybe, everybody on NJCU. I'm sure they've done their homework, especially for a player like Insignia, who is PR ranked and just pretty. I don't want to say prolific in the area because I don't want to boost his ego. But a very good player. So they have to have done their homework on him. So maybe coming out with this Wolf where there's maybe not as much footage might take them back a step.
Yeah, and Wolf in general is just such a solid pick. He just has all the necessary tools for a good character, a good projectile. Lasers can be obnoxious.
Hold on, you're trying to tell me that a Spacey is good?
Yeah, I know. Who would have thought? Put a good projectile on that character, and then what do you know? They're decent.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. Spacey is just. They're always going to be good.
I definitely think maybe some disadvantage would be like his recovery, but even then, side B's pretty good, I would say. Up B, not the greatest distance, but it has the hitbox.
Right.
And then, Wolf just has solid moves all around.
Yeah. Yeah, Wolf just has great options. That projectile, like you said, one of the best parts of his kit, just it does damage, it plays keep away, takes a lot of control of the stage, and just racks up percent over time, which, all that little damage can really accrue to something big later on. We are finally going into
looks like
game
we're finally getting the match started.
Yeah, this is going to be a good one. Two very, very good players going to PS2, old classic, and just immediately going to a ripping start. Both players kind of engaging and then backing off a little bit, trying to weigh this out. Not many moves really connecting. I believe a projectile hit from Palutena, but now Hydra with a little bit of an advantage here at the edge.
And this is exactly what Palutena wants to do. Keep Wolf off stage and try to keep him in disadvantage for as long as possible.
Absolutely, and we can see now so much percent accrued, but Wolf does hit harder than the other Spaceys, so that gap might not be as large as it seems. That reflector is going to be very good.
Problem.
Yeah, because it kind of takes away one of Insignia's primary options here. That blaster really can't do nearly as much when there's a projector, when there's a reflector off rip, and that up air is so huge, like you said. Just really frustrating to try and play into.
Yeah, Wolf kind of is struggling a bit here just from the relentless pressure from the Palutena. He's going to have to try and look for a pretty big opening or mistake.
Yeah, absolutely. It's especially tough. Pokemon Stadium 2 is one of those stages where you can get some really cheesy stocks just because of how the stage is laid out. This is not an advantageous situation for Insignia at all. He has to make a move, and he has to make it quick, but these projectiles and that tool frame into the back air, absolutely beautiful. From Hydra.
It doesn't help that Palutena's mobility isn't that bad either. If this was a slower character, for example, it would be a lot better of a matchup for Wolf, that's for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Her Nair is like kind of similar-ish to Ike in the fact that it's just so good. But unlike Ike, she's just a little faster and has that better recovery. That spike from so deep.
That was rough.
Oh my goodness.
Good down air though by the Palutena, recognizing that Wolf honestly didn't really have that many options to try to get back on stage. Read the side B. That was a side B, right? From Insignia's part, and then just placed it with the down air.
Yeah. No, that's the thing with Palutena. You're able to go that deep for a punish like that. Like you said, the mobility is better than I think maybe it should be for a character with that many options.
I can speak from experience as a hero player. That matchup is terrible. She's just so fast. Her zoning's great. She can edge guard pretty well. And sadly, Wolf doesn't like that at all.
I think that there are certain characters in every game that nobody wants to play into. For Overwatch, it's Widowmaker. For Smash, I feel like it's Palutena. That's just not a fun matchup, no matter who you're playing into.
Do you play Overwatch? A
No.
little bit, not that much. I haven't played in a while.
I have saved myself from that life, and now I'm here.
Okay, I would say you're on the better end of gaming right now.
Well, I still cast Overwatch. Overwatch is my first love, but
I mean, Overwatch is a good game.
it's a good game. But I'm so glad that I don't have to play into a Widow anymore. That's not fun. But that's not the game we're talking about here.
Yeah,
That's game one. Going to NJCU.
yeah, game one. Really, honestly, psyched to see how Blue's gonna turn this around.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we have a good amount of characters that we could probably throw out.
That's the awesome part about crew battles, right? Is there's so much adaptation that comes just with the format and how the format is structured, right? You're not going to get that much adaptation in a 1v1 best 2 out of 3 set. That's just not something that's going to happen. Meanwhile, crew battles, with each team getting 12 stocks, it can really go back and forth. You can get so much more footage of any given player than you would in those 1v1 scenarios. And that way, going forward, if you lose a game, it's like, okay, that's frustrating. We have to make this, an uphill climb. But that being said, we have the information and we can change to that. And I think that's what's going to separate the good teams from the great teams,
Yeah.
You can have the best players in the world, but if you're not changing to how your opponents are playing, they're going to be able to exploit those weaknesses that you present.
Yeah, I mean, definitely some adjustments are gonna have to be made. But I mean, on the bright side, like it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Absolutely.
You slowly make those adjustments, and you take a stock, you can take another one, and then you can take a game.
Yeah.
And then you just got to take it one step at a time.
Absolutely. I think that's the key phrase there, one step at a time. That's how SNHU is going to be looking to take this, as we are going to cut to a quick break while everybody gets ready. Welcome back, everybody. We've had a chance to take a quick breath, sort of decompress after that game one, and we are just about set to be rolling into game two here. Again, this is a best 2 out of 3 set, and I'm unsure, but this may potentially be a seeding game for either of these teams. So the stakes are on now, and they are leading with Hydra now.
Oh yeah, no, I don't blame him. I mean, Hydra's just been performing so well for them. He can really keep the momentum going.
Yeah,
but I believe in our boy, Kobe, the Falco.
It's a bit of a risk. Cross has been on kind of a hot streak lately, and if Hydra goes down, then they have to change their strategy going forward. So they have to really hope that Hydra can really just dominate here. It seems to be happening a little bit right now. Getting Cross off stage, just putting a lot of pressure on. But Cross is one of those players that can really come back out of nowhere, especially on that Falco.
Gonna want to be careful with those down tilts at ledge. We're starting to see that, honestly, he's starting to go for that a little too much. Perhaps we could get a punish off of it soon.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing about such like high level players. They're gonna catch that stuff. I wouldn't catch that stuff because I'm not smart. But Kruss is going to see that and is going to adapt to that. As we were speaking of before the break, and Kruss already kind of taking back some of that ground that was lost earlier on. It's very difficult to play into this Palutena, that explosive flame coming out off stage, securing the stock. But 78% is a pretty respectable number. You can get a kill fairly quickly here, although that shield pressure is scary for Kruss.
However, Kruss was in a bit of a good position there. There we go. Good back air.
Yeah,
keeping Palutena near the ledge. Not exactly a spot where she wants to be.
Yeah, no, that was a beautiful back air. Great confirm. And that's a silly little combo coming in. It's just stringing even better.
He's putting the chef hat on.
Yeah, no, Kruss known to do that. Got the frying pan out, not playing Peach though. This Falco combos are actually so sick, but Hydra able to retake sort of this advantage here. But it's not lasting very long. Kruss is able to make it backstage and get that back air.
I did notice, Kruss did notice that the Palutena was going for the explosive flame and he jumped over it. So we're already seeing some adaptations from Kruss.
Oh, absolutely. And, this game being so close is where you might want to, you might begin to doubt the Hydra lead here. It's not usually a common thing to put your anchor up first.
There we go. Good forward air off stage.
Yeah, that forward air is beautiful. And now Hydra only has one stock left. Any extra percentage here for Kruss is just going to be extra credit. At 97%, getting closer to that kill percent. A couple good moves will take this stock, but
Falco will definitely be a little bit more slippery for Palutena. He does have the higher jumps and better air mobility.
Absolutely. And we see Kruss kind of slowing this game down to a crawl. So good at that is Kruss, just really dictating the pace of a game. Recovering low, but that spike is beautiful. Great timing on that. That is not easy on Wi-Fi, I assume.
Oh, definitely not. But we are starting to see Kruss is starting to rack up the percentage here.
Yep, but at the same time, Palutena Nair, it hurts and it strings. But Kruss able to get out of it. Might be cooking here.
Okay,
to drag down his dick. No punish.
Almost had it. Okay, good up air. Up throw, I mean.
Yep. Very close.
Up
One
tilt.
good move for Kruss would probably do it here. And it's the up
smash
smash
to catch the ledge get up.
I don't know if you heard that on cast, but that was a big pop-off from the teammates and the rest of the crowd here.
Amazing read.
This is what I always talk about. Me and Joe, whenever we're casting, we always talk about this, and I'd like your input. One of the things that we notice most about the Smash teams on campus is that y'all support each other so much. It's like your family.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I mean, me personally, I could say I consider my teammates like brothers. They're great friends of mine. And I mean, we're always trying to help each other improve.
Yeah.
That's the goal. So we love cheering for our boy.
Yeah, and it shows. I think it shows in your gameplay. Having that group of people that, win or lose, you're going to be able to come back to you and just be like, all right, we did our best. Let's keep going forward, because we're not going to go down. All we can go is up.
Yeah, I just want to say, though, I didn't know we were at the library because Kruss just opened up a book and read that Palutena.
Yeah.
That was a good read.
Yeah, no, if there was a class on Palutena 101, Kruss went to it.
Yeah, I think we
got top marks.
Yeah. I mean, but this is great, though. This is exactly what Blue needs to shift the momentum in their favor.
Absolutely.
And honestly, I think Kruss is probably feeling pretty good about this right now.
Oh, absolutely.
That's probably a really good confidence booster for him.
I always kind of liken it to sort of pushing a boulder over a hill. It looks kind of insurmountable for a time, but once it happens, you can really just kind of keep it going and let it snowball.
Yeah, and the boulder was sadly, Palutena just spinning her little staff in place.
Yeah. Palutena's a cool character. I'm sure Kid Icarus Uprising is great, but man, that Nair, not fun. We do have Zamu coming in next. I believe they were on the Samus.
The Samus.
Last game. This is gonna be an interesting matchup. I do believe they put in Zamu into Cross last time as well.
I think Falco does pretty good against Samus, honestly. He has the reflect. He has the high jumps. I feel like laser from Falco might be a little annoying for Samus because it's pretty fast and he can just spam it.
Yeah.
I feel like Samus's projectiles aren't as spammable.
Oh, absolutely. You got that charge time. The difference is they're a little more unpredictable. Because when you see that animation come out, you don't know if they're gonna pull the trigger or not.
And this is also a matchup where Samus just wants to be as far away as possible, while Falco, he wants to get in. He wants those combos.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, charging up the neutral B during the taunt phase. A little resourcefulness.
And okay, we're getting a little combo started.
Yeah. Cross, Chef Cross, has come into the kitchen. That drag down there was pretty sick, didn't lean into anything, but Cross still has a bit of the advantage here, just being really slippery and not letting Zamu catch much of anything. The up B comes out, but again, it doesn't really lead into much. It's more of a get off me button. And Cross is just happy to sit back and observe for a time being, almost like a wildlife photographer, before he comes in and gets that combo. That is sick. The drag down nair, or the drag down fair, into the grab. Doesn't get a kill, but man, that looks real cool.
And this is exactly what Crust wants to do. Not give Samus any breathing room whatsoever. The last thing you want is her charging up her charge shot and trying to read a ledge get up option with it.
Yeah, if you're Cross here, you're happy just getting a stock. Oh, does not get the punish because Zamu very smartly gets to ledge there. But 111, that's fairly high percent in this game.
I like how Chris is approaching this match though. Like, he's being super patient and getting the up smash on the platform.
Yeah, I don't know why the shield drop came through there.
I think it's shield poke.
Oh, true. But yeah, great play regardless from Cress, and Cress is cooking.
Oh,
Cress
he went for the down air.
spike.
I respect it.
I mean, you have to. You have one stock. You're free to go for those options there. Cress is
okay.
Cress is cooking. Takes the 50-50, doesn't quite get it, but a lot of percent coming out for Zamu. 88%, 92 now. That number is getting higher and higher. Crust just continuing to get in that. Almost reads the roll, just barely not spaced correctly. This is very, very close right now. Zamu, this is different from the Crust that we saw game one.
That's right. You want to keep Samus off stage because she thrives having stage control. And Crust almost dying there, but as long as he takes this slow and steady.
Yeah, great usage of the shield here. And the reflector just putting up so much pressure, forcing Zamu to really think carefully about these projectiles. This might be bad.
Oh, good punish.
The dash comes through.
I felt like he could have probably gone for a forward smash there, but that's okay.
Yep, absolutely. Ooh, the DI is great.
The up B out of shield. Oh, that's okay. Just recover low here.
Very spooky there, but the neutral B does not hit, and the blaster comes out, gets Samus off stage. The pressure is on now.
Good
the forward air is huge. Another stock secured for Crust. 148. You can't expect much more out of the man at this point. Bro's back has got to be hurting now. The ibuprofen bottle has to be coming out, but that's huge.
And this is exactly what you want to. Sorry, I cut you off. But the up B catching the jump.
Yeah, no, but that up B coming out does not feel like a victory for NJCU.
Yeah.
That is a wipe the sweat from the brow up B. Because they were fishing for it for a while. We saw in those last kind of stretches before Crust was able to get that forward air off stage. They were really looking for that up B to just secure that stock, but it wasn't happening, and it was leaving them really open to a lot of punishes, some of them hitting, some of them not. I think that's really just that antsiness, that impatientness that can really kind of strike when you're that close to securing a stock, especially in a situation where the momentum is not in your favor.
Yeah, I mean, but you got to give Chris props, though. He stuck to the game plan. Didn't give Samus any breathing room and went for offstage plays when he could.
Absolutely. That's what I love about crew battles too. When you have one stock left, like, you're able to just kind of play in ways that you wouldn't.
Yeah, you can go for the wacky plays because normally the opponents, they're not going to expect it.
Yeah.
They're not going to know.
Yeah, and I mean, like, what do you lose? You either get a stock or you don't.
Yeah.
Like, and it's not like you're in such a position where not getting the stock is, like, absolutely devastating for you.
Sometimes going for the dumb play is actually the smart play.
Yeah, it's the bell curve meme where it's just like the bad play is also the highest IQ play that you could do.
Yeah, because normally people are going to expect you to play as optimally as possible. And then, but say, for example, you're like, nope, I'm just going to normal get up and forward smash.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, wow.
Who's going to be expecting that? Look me dead in the eyes and tell me there's one person in this world that's going to be expecting the neutral get up into forward smash.
I don't think anyone.
In NECC crew battles.
No one. No one. That's the answer, no one.
Yeah.
Not a single soul. And that's exactly what we want to see. But I'm curious who Blue will send out next. Probably thinking maybe Min.
Maybe
Perhaps. Maybe. I feel like that could be pretty good against Samus.
Yeah, I mean, the Min, we saw Swanky earlier coming in, and the Min was so good at just taking so much space away from the Samus, I believe it was, actually. So you might be onto something here.
Yeah, I mean, hey, she has the reflect with the up smash.
True.
And I think she's one of the characters that can just straight up out camp Samus.
Yeah.
Those big ramen arms, they're not to be messed with.
Yeah, they had to make the arms good so that people who didn't play arms maybe got a passing interest in the game.
I'm not gonna lie. When Min first got announced and they did that like trial for arms where you got to play it for free for like a week or so, I tried it and I'm like, yeah, this is a fun game, and then I never played it again.
Yeah,
I played it for about an hour.
That sounds about right. To be completely honest, I think you are in the top in the top 10%, I'd say, of the ARMS fan base at that point.
I mean, on the bright side, she gets more love in Smash.
Oh, absolutely.
The cooler game, in my opinion. But, you didn't hear it from me.
The things are heating up here in the Connection Esports arena. Just waiting now for the arena to go into game. So, how's your day gone? I haven't asked that. I always ask that. How's your day going?
Not bad. Yeah, I mean, I had an art class. I drew a dinosaur.
Ooh.
Came out pretty good.
And you are right. Swanky coming out on the Min.
Ooh, just as I predicted.
Yeah. We have ourselves a new Nostradamus here. Usually it's Joe. Now it is Toucan Sam.
Zamu having a little bit of trouble there, taking away their SDing.
Yeah, sometimes it's the easiest things that are really the hardest. But now, finally getting those stocks down, and now we are getting directly into the action. This is going to be a much slower match, I feel like, than the last one.
Fun fact about these two characters. Samus, you would think Min has a longer grab than Samus, but actually, Samus still holds the crown for the longest grab in the game.
Interesting. That totally makes sense, given these two characters' designs. But ooh, great spike attempt from Zamu. Doesn't quite get the sweet spot. But
sorry, I was cutting you off.
Oh, it's fine. First day on the job. But
I'm still learning.
And that's perfectly okay. We have, Zamu's getting a lot of early percent here.
Yeah, Zam was really trying to keep Min off stage, which is what you want to do. Min can't do much when you're edge guarding her.
Yeah, great up B out of shield. That's just a bread and butter option for Samus. Really, Swanky's looking for this reflector.
Good jump over the charge shot. But the thing is, Min is one of those characters where she just needs one opening and the stock is finished. Yep,
absolutely.
Right here.
Yeah.
For example, that situation right there. She only needs one off-stage play.
Yeah, and the thing with Min is this chakram is so frustrating to play into because of the the sort of curve, the arc that it takes. Ooh, that power shot, it comes through, just barely doesn't secure the kill, but that second one will take it. Eventually at such a high percent, that's kind of a given. But now the more powerful arms coming out here for Swanky.
We're gonna see the Megawatt come out. This is ideal because Samus at a pretty high percent. Oh, this is what you want. You want the Samus off stage.
Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah. Just barely. Zamu not able to make it back to the stage. The Megawatt not coming out, not getting any hits, but maybe the sheer pressure of the big yellow orb at the end of
ball.
Yeah. No, the Chakram securing the last hit there.
I mean, I don't think there was much the Samus could have done. I mean, she got hit by the Chakram, right, off stage.
Yeah.
And then at that point, I think her best bet was like doing the little ball, her down B. Trying to get closer to ledge and then up being. But I mean, too far.
Yeah.
Not close enough.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see how NJCU responds now, though. Now that Hydra is kind of out of the picture early, that has to change their strategy somewhat.
Oh yeah, 100%. Honestly, I think. Well, I'm not too. You probably know all their characters. I don't. So you can correct me. But to me, so far, it may seem like Palutino is probably the best option or answer for Min Min.
Yeah, I mean, like, just out of the characters that we've seen so far today, their Palutena, Hydra is just such a good player.
Mm-hmm.
I think Hydra could be playing a much worse character and still be the best response here.
Mm-hmm.
We saw a Ganondorf player earlier.
Ganondorf. You're definitely not going to want to send that against Min Min.
Yeah, no, I think that is... I'm not the best matchup statistician in this arena right now, but even I can tell you that is not a favorable matchup for Ganondorf. Not many are.
I mean, their best bet is to try and send in somebody who can close the gap and just explode Min Min up close.
Yeah.
And not only that, but just the character who has no trouble getting in, because say Ganondorf, he wants to get in close, but he doesn't really have the mobility to do so.
Yeah.
Or the frame date. Well, that's not true. His frame date is not that bad.
Yeah, I mean, what we saw from the Ganondorf was just a wall of neutral airs. Quite literally.
Mean, that's his best move.
Yeah.
But, when you're playing against Min Min, what are you going to do? Neutral air in place?
Yeah.
Not exactly optimal.
You can't slowly but surely, march into battle when Min Min can just hit you across the stage. But we have Maximus from NJCU coming out on Rob.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's a bad pick for Min Min. But I don't think Rob is that fast.
No.
His mobility is not the greatest.
It's going to be interesting to see how the arms sort of play with Rob's hitbox. It's not the smallest in the game. I can tell you that much.
Yeah.
So it's going to be, this is a battle of the zoners, so we might be in for a nap time. But
let me just get my pillow real quick.
Yeah. No, this is not going to be the high octane, Mario Ditto that we haven't seen actually in like a long time. But should shape up to be a pretty good match. Swanky's Min Min is kind of sick.
Swanky is just going to want to be very careful because Rob is definitely a character who can exploit Min Min's weakness off stage.
Absolutely.
I mean, that recovery, it's like he's wearing a jetpack. Like,
literally.
Fuel just doesn't run out. And he has the top, the laser.
Yeah.
He just needs one hit of those, and sadly, it's donezo for Min Min.
Yeah, absolutely. But Min Min, I think, has more consistent range options. The gyro takes time, as well as the laser, although the laser charged passively, whereas the gyro charged actively.
Yeah.
It's just going to be balancing those options for Maximus, I feel like.
And hey, I mean, you can't get in close if you can't get in at all.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, Swanky going to take away his SD's first stock.
And here we go. We are about to get into game, and we see Maximus charging that gyro just a little bit. just both players kind of trying to play as much as they can around the center stage, but Rob has great combo potential despite the sort of zoner status. Those aerials kind of do really well to sort of string into each other. Very great play from Maximus in the early goings of this, but Swanky able to kind of take center stage here, and the percent gap really isn't that large. Just have to be very careful around these gyros. It's such a great move in Rob's arsenal.
And Swanky is definitely going to want to be careful with... Oh, okay, good reflect. Yeah, I think Swanky might be able to go for some top... Yep, there we go. I was about to say, I think you could go for some top plays.
Yeah, and you might be able to punish this a little bit. Not quite, but the Megawatt does come out. That neutral air does so much more than it should for a neutral air. Man...
Rob is definitely having a hard time trying to... but just as I say that,
yeah.
Commentator's curse, he gets the up air.
I'm telling you, it's real. The Rob bread and butter, anything into up air, just a good move. But
it's not the end of the world here, though.
Absolutely not. Great
good
chase
upbeat
from Swanky there. Takes the stock relatively quickly. Not much percent garnered for Maximus. Meanwhile, Swanky getting a combo for 62%.
Okay, he's ramping it up.
Bro, Crust was cooking earlier, but now Swanky decided to take the chef hat. What a combo.
Rob is Maximus has got to be careful here. Min does have that powered up arm at the moment, and that is going to be able to kill extremely early.
Yeah, this is definitely very tough to play into, especially when you're at such a percent deficit. Even though you took the first stock, kills on ledge.
That always surprises me that it hits on ledge. It never ceases to amaze me.
Yeah, no, I was not ready for that either. Although Maximus, maybe with that stock getting reset, able to take a breath for just a quick second and get a lot of early percent here, kind of make up for that kind of stock where they were just kind of always getting hit by something. Gonna see if they're able to capitalize on that, though.
And good awareness on Swanky's part, though, because when you're playing any character in general, you want to know all the little ins and outs and what tools you can use to win. So, for example, that Rob holding ledge, he probably... unfortunately, though.
That's knowledge of the character. Great positioning to be able to stop that tether grab to ledge and just take that stock in kind of, maybe a little cheesy fashion.
He did take 2 stocks, though.
Yeah, no, that was...
that's great, honestly, in my opinion.
That's not how that was necessarily looking at the very, very start, I feel like. Mm-hmm. It's always tough to take a multitude of stocks when you do not have 3 stocks yourself, and just being able to widen the gap.
You just have to try your best, I mean, when you go in there and play, there's absolutely no judgment. You do what you can.
Yeah.
And honestly, in my opinion, Swanky delivered on his end tenfold.
And like you said, it's all about one stock at a time, really. Just taking it one step at a time is so important in any esports game. I feel like you can't get too into your own head about, oh, we're down game 1, oh goodness, oh gracious, are we gonna be able to come back? No, that's not a helpful mindset for any player.
Yeah, and I mean, even if the opponent has the lead, you just got to keep your cool and think, okay, what's the best possible option I could go for?
Yeah.
I mean, you just got to think about how, okay, it's not the end of the world. Maybe I'm in disadvantage. Maybe my opponent has the lead, but that's okay. Slowly but surely, you can make those adaptations and turn things around.
Yeah, the best players, I think, are the ones that are able to recover from disadvantage and not the ones who just don't get in disadvantage, because the players who don't get in disadvantage, the instant they're not in a great spot, they're going to crumble. But the players that can really recover are going to be able to take it all the way. Now, we do have Insignia coming in on the Corrin this time, making the switch up from the Wolf, maybe seeing that it didn't quite work to plan last time. He went up to bat, so to speak, and pulling out Old Reliable.
Yeah, Corrin, I wish I knew more about Corrin, dude. I just feel like it's just such a rare character. You don't see him often, and you don't see good Corrin players often. But I've been blessed to see the insignia Corrin.
Do not inflate his ego any further. Bro thought he could take the Thug Finals, 3 stocks versus 12 stocks, in the high school invitational that we held on Saturday.
Did he actually go through with that?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
It was a valiant effort.
How did it go?
Bro did not take the W.
Oh, he did.
It was close. It was close, but no match for the great talent at I believe it was Exeter. And just the great talent at that event. That was a very fun event. The full VOD is on our Twitch channel if you want to highlight some of the great high school talent in the area. But now going into this, Rob, Maximus, going to take those couple of SDs and then we'll get right into the action here. Going to be interested to see how Insignia plays this.
Yeah, I mean, Corrin, despite not exactly having the range Min has, I feel like, honestly, weirdly enough, might be better at spacing, because she at least not only has the projectile, but the sword as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, we've seen the tipper on Corrin's forward smash. Absolutely ridiculous, the amount of range that has and the amount of knockback that it has. Insignia getting a very early advantage here. 97% for Maximus and already going for those tippers off stage. Just really kind of not allowing Maximus to land, using these aerials masterfully to just keep the pressure on. There's no room to breathe for Maximus.
Yeah, man.
Even when you think you get a hit, but the tipper comes out just as I was speaking about earlier and sends Rob back to the factory. Oh my goodness, bro got RMA'd.
Yeah, I mean, send that robot back to the repair shop, man, because it's not looking too hot.
Yeah, I didn't realize Rob got caught up with the free Joy-Con repair lawsuit, but...
I mean, maybe there might have been some drifting in there. Shipping back to Nintendo, because...
If there was any drifting, it was to the right blast zone. But that's exactly how you want that to go if you're Insignia. You never want those one stock kind of cleanups to go any longer than that. It's that quick sort of execution. That's exactly what you're looking for to be able to keep this going. You have Duffy giving us smiles and waves.
I was coordinating with Yellow.
Don't worry about it.
Adam won. He didn't lose a stock. No. Yeah, he's killing it.
Coach Duffy getting the after game report, doing some heavy coordination,
and of course, as the yellow player, I'm always there to report. You know, I always got the insider details.
Dude, Coach Duffy has so much to juggle. I do not envy that position. You know, coaching 2 teams, coordinating with other teams through Discord. I
don't know how he does it half the time, honestly.
You got to be a certain type of someone to be able to coach not just one roster, because I'm sure coaching one roster is already enough of a handful, but coaching 2 is going to be tough.
Yeah.
But NJCU on their last 3 stocks, giving them 2 Joker.
Joker.
Joker's good. Joker's a good character.
He is a good character. I feel like we kind of saw the character fall off for about a year or so, especially after we stopped seeing MK Leo use him competitively. But I think the character's making a huge comeback.
You think so?
Yeah, and honestly, in my opinion, even though I feel like the character may have fallen off in terms of usage, the character's still really good.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Joker's a good character. Arsene is a great character.
Yeah, I mean, it's like Joker summoning Ganondorf as a stand or something.
Yeah, he's got the frame data of Joker, but with the kill potential of Ganon. It's bad. Like it's bad in the way that it's just good.
Yeah, this might be a bit difficult because I mean, Joker has the kill power and mobility to just get close and smother Corrin. But Corrin does have the bigger hitboxes. Yeah,
you just have to play very carefully around Arsene, I think. We saw Cross sort of navigate that earlier in the match where, you know, he got matched up into a Joker, but didn't let it phase him and really just played it slow and steady, waited out the Arsene, took advantage when he could, but otherwise kind of sat back, waited out the cooldown, and then once Arsene dropped, then, you know, you push the advantage a little further because Joker, without Arsene, doesn't have nearly as much kill power.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Joker without Arsene is like, I don't know, like a I don't know. What's something that's weak? Or something harmless?
I don't know. A bee without a stinger.
Yeah. Like a bee without a stinger. But then Arsene comes along.
Yeah, and then
It's
and
not
then the
just a bee
horde.
anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like an entire beehive.
Yeah, remember the killer wasps
Oh yeah.
from 2020, and that got washed away in the sea of bad news. Arsene is that killer wasp.
It's always funny though because whenever Joker gets grabbed, Arsene just disappears. It's almost like Arsene is like, "Listen, dude, I'll help you out with your combos and damage output, but the second you get grabbed, I'm disappearing. Goodbye."
Look, bro, I'm telling you,
There's only so much I could do.
that's not dissimilar to Persona 5. If you haven't played it,
I haven't.
It's out on all platforms. You should. It's a good game.
I want to.
We got vouch from production room too. It's a good game, but Rampage coming in. Trying to bring this back. A 3-stock deficit, not insurmountable whatsoever. We've seen much bigger comebacks here at this desk, but we're getting right into it.
But NJCU definitely has a hurdle they have to overcome if they want to bring this back, especially against somebody who's as good as Insignia.
Absolutely. The something I learned on Saturday is Joker, like Arsene, actually charges faster if you are down in stock. So right now we're just getting base charge Arsene. So I was told, I believe from Duffy. So good knowledge for the people at home. But yeah, we're just going right into it. Arsene momentarily gonna be with us here. Percents about even across the board. There's Arsene
coming out.
Very, very scary. That hitbox is huge on that up B though. It kind of takes the pressure off for a moment. And now, you see Insignia really just kind of slowing down. The counter comes through and stops any push that Insignia was really trying for. But, really kind of able to nullify what Rampage wants to do here. A little scary off ledge there, but both players able to make it back.
Yeah, you can tell Rampage is really trying to keep Insignia off the stage but try as he might, Insignia will be the first to take the stock.
Yeah, Corin just dashing with the kick out of that spike into the ground. It's always kind of tough to predict that because you have so many options out of that. It's really kind of instead of a 50-50, a 25-25, 25-25, basically. Now, Arsene about to come up, though. That's real scary.
Yeah, I'm noticing a good tipper. Wow.
Hits right on ledge, and as Arsene comes out, gets sent back to the fusion chamber.
Yeah, I'm starting to notice that Insignia is starting to read that since Rampage is antsy, he keeps trying to go in every time he hits him, and Insignia is just able to punish that with a down air.
Yeah. Again, though, Arsene out. Hopefully this one will get a little bit more value than the last two, and it does. The neutral air, I believe. No, the forward air, apologies, comes out and gets the kill there.
Trying to get a combo started.
Yeah, I mean, Arsene has all the tools, man. But just really, Insignia just trying to weather the storm here. That counter doesn't hit anything and gives Insignia a little bit of room to breathe. Not much.
Looking a little scary. Oh, but he just went away.
Yeah, Arsene always going down at the wrong time.
And
that rebel guard is absolutely huge.
Good tech,
huge
though,
tech,
by
though.
Insignia.
Oh my goodness, beautiful tech. And just kind of looking for a confirm here. Punishes that
Good
counter
job.
attempt.
Waiting out the counter.
And there we see like kind of the 50-50 being taken from that side B.
Good job waiting out the counter and the spike off stage.
The up B sending it a gnarly angle. And Insignia secures game 2 for SNHU.
Absolutely nothing Joker could have done there. I mean,
Yeah, no, that was disgusting. That angle, ew.
he did a really good job, like, waiting it out because the Joker was like, oh, I'm going to go off stage and try and counter it. And then Sig's like, no. I'm going to be patient.
Yeah.
Wait it out and punish you for trying to counter my recovery.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the position that you're able to play in when you're up that many stocks. You're able to play as patient as you please because, you have kind of the... I'm very sorry. I'm being distracted by
No, you're fine.
a poster being held high in the sky.
We have a dancing
in the
teammate
crowd.
on the floor.
I would love to see what's on that poster. Yeah,
It's
it's a match day poster. Yeah, can we get
that actually is an amazing
for
poster.
the first time? I'm gonna ask you to
that's
show
a
that
sick
on
poster.
camera. Yeah, there we go. There
That's
we go.
an amazing poster.
Shout out to the SNHU graphic
It's
design
cool.
team.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. But never a dull moment. It's the end of the semester. We're all getting a little delirious. We gotta have fun here where we can find it.
Oh yeah, no, dude, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I'll last much longer.
Don't worry, we don't got much longer. So you just gotta soldier through.
Yeah.
But this is a nice little highlight. Is we have a close game going in here. This is going down to the wire.
I think this is exactly what SNHU needed to turn their momentum around. I mean, it was a bit of a rough start with the Palatina, but they kept it cool. They stuck to their game plan. And honestly, I think we could see a huge turnaround for SNHU right now.
Oh, absolutely. And I think it comes with how NJCU is really going to send out their players. Last time didn't really work, trying to, I guess, end it a little quicker than the first try around. And it really kind of backfired.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say what they're going to try to go for. I mean, I would assume they are going to try to mix up the order of the players they're sending in. I mean, maybe try to anchor the Palatina this time, because that definitely was a huge blow that it got eliminated early.
Yeah.
They could have really used him towards the end, especially against Min, and even Corin.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think you're 100% on the mark there, and that is why you are on the team and I am not.
Hey, I mean, I only know what I'm talking about half the time.
So, NJCU, Gothic Knights leading in with Rob this time.
Just as I expected. I mean, and it's obvious, right? I mean, after losing one of your best players and characters so early, you want to make sure you save your best hand for last.
Yeah, and they did it first game, and it worked wonders for them. The Palatina able to sort of clean up at the very end there, but
and Rob here, honestly, I think Rob's a good starting pick for them. I mean, you have the zoning, you have the combos. Rob, I almost said Rambo. Rob.
That'd be an interesting addition. To,
he was in Mortal Kombat, but wrong game.
Yeah, we do have Steven coming out. Reliable here is what Steven can be described as, putting out consistent performance after consistent performance.
And I mean, I gotta say that Mario is looking mighty hungry, because this Rob could potentially, with all that metal machinery he has on him, I mean, that's looking like combo food if you ask me.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Not fit for human consumption, but Steven is no human. Steven is a beast.
Steven is a machine. He's programmed to destroy.
Absolutely. And, these fireballs are going to go a long way at being able to close the gap. This grab is huge to get Maximus off stage. We saw Flood being used to great effect earlier. This recovery going very high.
Off to an amazing start, honestly. But yeah, I mean, honestly, you don't really want to recover low, because that gives Mario the opportunity to edge guard Rob. So his only bet there was to recover high.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it. Steven's spikes are to be feared.
Good back air.
Yeah, this gyro coming out from Steven is huge, but that does get the star KO.
Yeah, that rage, I mean, that up air by Rob is just so good. It's such a good kill move.
Yeah, and now Steven just kind of fishing for the up smash. One of those will take a stock here, undoubtedly. But, Maximus really pushing the advantage, but as I say,
the favor with an up smash.
Yeah, up smash into up smash, and Stevens ends up on the better side of the exchange there. 45% gained for Maximus in that, but not, huge enough of a gain for Mario to not be able to take back quickly. These ladder combos coming through for Steven.
Up air.
Pure excellence of execution there. Absolutely beautiful. And the grab on landing into the Flood sends Rob way off stage, has to recover very high there, is able to make it back to center stage safely. That trip on to the down tilt there, was very good at kind of getting the pressure off, but Steven does not seem phased whatsoever.
Yeah, Maximus trying to set up a ledge trap there with the top, but Steven just did not care, got back on, and was able to punish him for it.
Yeah, and again, that ledge trap, like you said, coming out, but
super close to reading the roll get up, but missed it by
this much.
seconds.
Yeah. Very, very close game right now. About even percentages.
I mean,
And-
hey,
Yeah, if it doesn't
it's
work
enough Smash Party.
if it doesn't work the first time, try it
Just
again.
do it again.
Steven at 144. Any percentage here is lovely extra credit
Okay.
here. But that combo,
Okay.
oh my
This is
goodness,
what we
hitting
wanna
out of the
see.
up smash too.
The Italian is cooking.
Oh my goodness. Bro's getting ready for the Mario movie. The move's coming out. And the flood does not get off stage, but the pressure is on here for Maximus. Oh my
Good
goodness, he
read.
reads the wall and sneaks out a stock from nothing.
Amazing read with that roll get up. That forward smash was impeccable.
Yeah, no, you said that Steven was a machine, and
Yeah.
you were proven right
Yeah.
there. I think most players would not stay that cool, calm, and collected at 145% on Mario into a Rob.
Yeah, I mean, things were getting a little rocky there. Maximus was starting to bring it back. Even looked like he had the lead there for a second, but Steven said,
Steven
it's
said no.
okay. It's okay. I'm just going to do my thing. I'm going to combo you because you're big, and I can just combo you for free, and you're going to die for it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, those ladder combos, we see it every week in, week out. Steven pulls those out, and it always impresses me. I've always loved fighting games, but I've never been able to really execute the high level combos. So to see those with such consistency is just a sight to behold.
Yeah, and dude, I've been playing Smash since it came Ultimate since it came out, and I still can't do those combos.
We got the Samus,
The
coming
Samus.
out yet again. Gonna be interesting. Cape is
Yeah.
an option for Steven, but not the most reliable reflector in the world.
Cape is a useful tool here. I mean, he can try to go for some offstage plays with it. He can neglect some of Samus's zoning, but I feel like Samus does have the upper hand here when it comes to zoning. I mean, there's only so many projectiles Mario can reflect back, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not like it's a... actually, I'm not sure the frame data on when the reflector hitbox does come out.
I'm not too sure either.
I don't think it comes out as quickly as, say, Spacey Reflector, though.
Mhm.
I can tell you that much. Just from experience, it's not the most reliable reflector in the game, but it definitely is going to make the Samus think a lot harder about the projectiles that they are throwing out there. Now that I think about it, I don't think this Samus today has run into a matchup where they're not playing into a reflector.
I think almost all the characters on blue have a reflect. Let's see, we have Falco, we have Min.
Falco, Min, Mario.
I mean,
Insignia played Wolf.
Wolf, that counts.
Yeah, that's a lot of reflectors.
Yeah.
Zamu, though, very, very solid player. When they're able to get the advantage we've seen throughout the course of the night here, they're able to really push it and get some stocks deep. Just
All right.
getting right in two things here.
Oh, the charge shot going through the fireball.
Yeah. Eventually, when you charge that up enough, it will just phase directly through that fireball. Takes away a major option for Steven. And more importantly, it accrues a lot of percent. But the grab coming out, there is a platform here, so you can maybe do something a little silly there. Not quite able to get anything huge there, but it is a little bit of percent. And here are the combos coming out. Just puts a little bit of pressure on.
So far, Zamo seems like he's really trying to focus on zoning, and Steven's just not letting that happen.
Yeah. Now, has to play very, very careful into Steven, because if Steven gets one really solid opportunity, that's deuces. Your stock is gone. Great read onto the landing there. Doesn't get the forward smash, but
Good
placed
back throw.
perfectly. The back throw is huge, and Flood has been shown to be a great asset for Steven in this matchup.
Oh,
Zamu, I don't know.
Zamu not being able to make it back.
Yeah, maybe it just misreads the situation there, but loses a stock in maybe not ideal fashion. So to speak.
I think Zamu was expecting to make it back. I don't think he was expecting Flood to push him that far away.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the up throw is going to take the stock here.
Yeah, but that means that Steven is now fresh, not needing to play as sort of passive, looking for the spikes, gets the hitbox, but
trying
not
to
the
go
sweet spot. and just very... I mean, Steven has not let Zamu breathe. You touched on it there, but yeah, Zamu has not been able to play their game.
Wow,
that star kill.
That killed. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, no. I don't know if it was a DI thing there or something, but I did not expect that to kill whatsoever. And Steven yet again irking out a stock that,
But
maybe not ideal.
and just like that, Steven is making this an even game.
Yeah,
Zamu having the percentage lead as of right now, but
the
Steven,
gap is closing.
as I'm saying this, is not making it easy for him.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You're not going to get any free W's from Steven. I can tell you that much for sure. Steven's not going to make it easy. The back air does hit,
Back
but
air
doesn't
does
kill.
connect. Yeah, it doesn't kill quite yet.
Great playing around that charge shot.
Steven's
off
going to want to
stage.
be careful. Zamu's starting to go for those up Bs at his shield.
Yep. Looks to maybe punish some of these though. The up airs from Mario so oppressive, and the back throw will get Samus off stage.
I think Steven's starting to try and go for grabs more.
Yeah, you have to play this a little slower. Zamu, one back air will be enough to get it for Zamu.
The up smash not connecting, but is going to get Zamu off stage with the back air.
Yeah,
This is what we like to
this
see.
throw
the back
into
throw.
flood might be huge. I'm looking for a flood here, but it doesn't come out.
Back air almost hitting.
Opting instead for the back air. Doesn't quite hit like you said. Just
back
barely
air.
goes over the neutral B.
This is close.
Absolutely. One good move from either player is going to be enough to do it. The sour spot. The crowd here is holding their breath. This is not safe, but
Is the up throw?
yeah, the up throw just barely going to kill, and Zamu just narrowly
Absolute nail
escaping
biter.
by the skin of their teeth with the stock there. I do believe we are going to send Swanky in. I see Swanky moving slowly but surely over to the chamber of destruction, where the Smash setup is housed. That was a very, very close matchup there.
But if you're SNHU right now, you are feeling extremely comfortable. You have the lead. If you're Steven, you're feeling great.
Yeah.
You performed extremely well, and you went plus.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Steven, I could hear him say it from the side room there. Not necessarily happy about constantly getting the back air sour spot, but
Yeah, unfortunate.
getting two stocks in kind of odd fashion there makes it a very respectable run for Steven there, and Swanky has proven to be good into this Samus matchup.
For sure, and I think it helps that he's played against them 2 times prior to this.
Yeah.
He's probably feeling extremely comfortable right now.
Bro's got the download and he's got backups.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I mean, I think the Samus is in for a rude awakening when the match starts.
yeah, it's gonna be tough because you're already gonna be playing with one stock. And that's never, you could be going raw into a player that you have never played against before, and that has no information on you at all. That's still is not a fun situation.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit difficult because your last stock, you're against an opponent who has already had a decent amount of exposure and experience against you, and it's against a character like Min,
Yeah.
who thrives of having a lead.
Yes, absolutely. And this is not, Samus is not a character with a comeback mechanic either, so you don't even have that silver lining of, oh, Arsene's charging faster, oh, I'm gonna get wing quickly. You're just kind of sitting there. There's no silver lining. You have to just take a stock with what you have, and what you have is not much.
But the match is about to start, though.
Yeah.
We're going to see Zamu SDing twice, getting rid of both of his stocks, and we'll see how Swanky...
Zamu getting that close range only comment. That is a bold one when you're playing Samus. Let me tell you what. But both players now ready to get into this. Swanky just looking to just control this center stage.
Samus is going to have just such a hard time trying to get in. She's not the fastest. She's kind of floaty.
Right. And you see these grabs coming out. Like you said, the grab range is bigger than Min Min's, but it's just not connecting. Swanky's being so sort of slippery playing in the air. Finally, Zamu adapting to that, getting the up air.
And Zamu getting the read on the roll get up.
Yeah, putting a lot of pressure on. Bold choice, maybe a missing input to not back throw there, but the percent gap
The Dragon
very
Arm,
much
though,
being
is doing
even.
pretty good work here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good up
Great
smash.
punish. One or two more good moves is gonna do it for Swanky, and
Yup,
there
and
it is. The arm smash attack hitting across the stage, and Swanky leaving that game, I believe, unscathed. No stock taken.
Another fun fact about Min Min, you know, on her victory screen at the end, when she's like, 我爱拉面,
Yeah.
you know what she's saying?
No.
She's saying, I love ramen. The only reason I know that is because I took Mandarin when I was in middle school.
Really?
Yeah. Fun fact about
They-
Toucan Sam.
They had hold on, hold the phone. We have Joker coming out for the Gothic Knights, but they had Mandarin in your middle school.
Yeah. That was actually like that was like the big gimmick of my middle school. It was all about like Chinese culture. And and learning Mandarin was a requirement.
Okay,
Yeah.
I have to deal with this information. We have a game to watch, and I have been presented with information.
I'm
that
not
is-
fluent though, so I mean I don't want anybody thinking I'm fluent. Far from it.
but it's still like, am I middle school? They were like, well, you have to take a language in high school, so I guess you can like take a language, and you can choose between Spanish or French, which are quite frankly practically the same language.
That was my high school, which is I was super bummed out about because I actually wanted to continue learning Mandarin and I couldn't. I could only do it at that middle school. And I
Yeah.
was super bummed out about
Yeah,
it.
no, that's odd. Boy howdy. Fun facts with Toucan Sam.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm full of them.
I'm down to make that a regular segment.
Yeah.
I'll have to ask Bobby Kresnik Overwatch, if that is something that we could add to the itinerary. But just going into this, I believe it's going to be Rampage likely on the Joker, unless Hydra changes to the Joker as they have in the past.
Yeah, I mean, Joker's just is going to be really good at getting in.
Yeah.
And closing the gap. But I feel like as long as Swanky tries to keep it cool, plays a little bit more patient,
Yeah.
then I think he'll be okay.
Yeah, you're not going to have the same sort of advantage that you did before, where you're up 2 stocks into a character that you have beaten time and time again. This is going to be a little tougher, but like you said, just keeping a cool head is just the key to any esports game.
Yeah.
If you wanna start climbing in your rank games, just keep your mental in check.
I mean, and stuff like this, you want to know what are my opponent's disadvantages. So, for example, Joker, well, I'll be honest, I don't know what Joker's disadvantages are. Well, he's light. That's a disadvantage.
Light and doesn't necessarily have huge kill power with Arsena or without Arsena. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're totally right. Light struggles to kill without Arsene.
Yeah. So we're gonna see Swanky, I assume, sort of play into those aspects. Just really, Rampage just kind of running it down very early on. That Rebel's Guard is huge.
Yeah, he's gonna
for
try
charging this
He's
Arsena.
gonna try and get Arsene as early as possible. The sooner he gets it, the more early he's gonna be able to take these stocks off of Swanky.
Absolutely. You don't want to get it too early though, so that you can't secure a kill. But right here seems to be a pretty good spot. Rampage has a pretty decent percent lead, and that a little
Rampage
spooky there,
keeping up
but
the pressure here. But
yeah.
Swanky trying to crawl his way back to the stage.
Gun so frustrating to play into, but able to make it back to stage. But
Jumped over the grab and punished it with a back air. That was a good play by Rampage.
yep, Arsene down though now for Rampage. This might provide an opportunity for Swanky to get back in this. That damage over time on Joker's side B is so frustrating to play into though.
Yeah, it's definitely a good way to get some chip damage over time. But as long as Swanky just tries to go through these offstage plays here, possibly,
Yeah.
maybe things could turn out all right. Also, Megawatt. I think Megawatt will be a huge game changer here. Because as we said earlier, Joker being light as a feather,
Yeah.
he's not going to like that.
No, absolutely not. And it's
just,
oh
yeah.
my goodness.
There we go. The meatball coming through.
And more importantly, that comes right when Arsene was sort of on deck, waiting to come out of the dugout there. That's huge.
Yeah, these sort of moments of downtime where Joker doesn't have Arsene are really great opportunities for Swanky to try and exploit Joker's biggest weakness and really try to blow him up.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's what you have to do. Swanky kind of struggling to deal with that percent deficit, though, going into that. Again, Gun really difficult to play into. But
that was a scary position there. I felt like it looked like he was a little too deep.
Absolutely. Oh, that's just unfortunate. Goes for a forward air to try and get the pressure off, but it ends up not quite working in Swanky's favor. Now, Rampage with a full stock lead. A little scary for Swanky, but not insurmountable whatsoever, as we've said many times on cast before.
Yeah, Rampage just being super slippery right now. Jumping, rolling, sprinting, running around. He's not making it easy for Swanky.
Absolutely not. It's very difficult to play into a player that's really feeling themselves, especially on a quick character like Joker. And with Arsene out, it's even harder. Although Swanky does seem to be managing to get some ground back.
It seems to be turning things around.
As I say it, the grab does come out.
Careful with that down air, though.
Yeah, very much punishable.
You don't want to go for those options that are too obvious because the opponent will be able to capitalize off of him. But he does get the ram off stage. And just like that, Swanky's able to turn things around.
Yep, and the teammates absolutely popping off for that. That's huge. That gets a stock really quick. Oh my goodness.
With the power of Dragon Arm, things are looking a little scary for Rampage.
Yep, Swanky at 122. Not an ideal percent, but if you're able to get something cheesy, like you almost snagged there when Rampage only just barely made it back to ledge.
Good grab.
You might be able to do something silly out of here.
Powered up Dragon Arm. Rampage has to be super careful here off stage.
Yep, but now
the Arsene, they're on equal footing at this point.
Yeah.
The roll get up.
Yeah, no.
I mean, Rampage did a good job reading that Swanky was going to go for that. Went for the down smash.
Yeah, that's a tough situation to play into, though. Arsene is just so scary, man. Fight or flight is real. Yeah. No.
You see how scary he is? The top hat?
Oh, yeah.
The red glowing eyes? He has red claws.
Let me tell you something. With how Arsene is introduced in Persona 5, it's kind of a miracle that the two are allies, the Joker and Arsene. Bro makes his presence known in a very aggressive way.
I think Blue sitting pretty, though. I mean, again, Swanky did the best he could.
Yeah.
Performed well, honestly, in my opinion. Did really well, especially despite the circumstances and matchup, in my opinion. Because I think Joker does pretty well against Min Min. But I think we'll just move on to the next teammate.
We see Insignia moving forward now. Insignia is just good. And, honestly, do you think he rolls out that Bowser just to get the trifecta of characters played?
I feel like he might just stick with the Corrin.
The Corrin was putting in work.
I mean, especially against Rampage.
Yeah, Insignia will, as we've been told, be using the Corrin, and I think that's the right choice. It was really going kind of crazy.
I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We saw the switch up after the Wolf really doesn't get the work done that was intended, and it works. It paid dividends for Insignia and for the rest of SNHU Blue.
I mean, heck, if I'm Rampage right now, I think maybe I'm feeling a bit drips of sweat coming down my face. I mean, that Corrin was really scary.
Yeah, I mean, and it's tough, too, because you have one stock left, and then you're down to your last player, which is going to be Hydra. Hydra is definitely the type of person to be able to take down two players. So we're not going to discount that whatsoever. Mm-hmm. But, at the same time, you never want to get to the point where a player has to do that. Because then the pressure's on, and we're all human, unless we're not. But, that might be a violation of the rule book. So all players are going to be, are going to succumb to pressure to some extent. The less pressure you can put on your anchor, the better.
And thankfully, SNHU here, they're the ones with the least amount of pressure right now. They have the lead. Their players have been performing super well. and they have the momentum right now.
Yeah.
If you're the Knights right now, you're a little nervous, and you're thinking, okay, what can we possibly do to shift the momentum, and how can we adjust to the character that's coming in next?
Absolutely. And you're going to have to make an adjustment to Insignia's Corrin. It put in a lot of work and just put on kind of a clinic when it came in last. Corrin, like you said, is not a common character as well, so might not get a lot of that matchup knowledge that you might be hoping for when you're sort of playing into a high tier.
And those rare characters are always the hardest to play against, because most of the time you don't know what they do, you don't know what their conversions are.
It's like
you can just blow up.
Yeah, it's like Amsa in Melee. No one else plays Yoshi.
Mm-hmm.
But like because Amsa was able to get the Yoshi so good, nobody knew how to play into it.
Yeah.
It's the same with like Hungrybox. Nobody else plays Jigglypuff, but because of his existence, Jigglypuff is a high tier.
Yeah.
It's really interesting to see those matchups and how they play out, which we will see here. The Corrin has paid dividends before, so we're going to see if that trend continues going forward.
Rampage does have a bit of experience though now with the Corrin, so we'll be able to see if he'll also be able to make some adjustments and adapt to Insignia's Corrin.
Absolutely. Morgana cheering Rampage on this time, but we are getting right into it. This is going to be a very, very fast-paced matchup. I get the feeling both players are already trying to get into each other's face, although mainly Rampage being the one to try and close the gap here.
Yeah, Rampage, I don't think was expecting that down air to have a multi-hit, because he parried it, and then that down air was still able to connect.
Yeah, Arsene is so scary here. Is able to get back on the stage and get to center stage safely, which is huge. Arsene about halfway done, a little less now. And that tipper is huge.
Insignia is
get off
so on point with these forward smashes.
Rampage just barely able to make it back to
Good
ledge.
up B.
Almost dies, but the DI is good enough to be able to maintain that stock. Rampage not in a great spot here.
Rampage definitely not expecting that up B to hit while he was still on the stage. Good job using his Rebel's guard though, but sadly, it did not matter to Insignia. We are flabbergasted.
The bear gets a star KO.
I think it was up. No, that wasn't up B. It was up air.
That was up air.
Yeah, it was up air.
That wasn't up air. That wasn't supposed to start. That wasn't supposed to secure the stock.
I mean, Joker, what was he, like 120 or something?
It wasn't 100. It was like 100.
He was above 100.
Yeah. But I still feel like that's not a kill move.
I mean, Joker's he's a feather, man. I mean, have you seen him? Dude's a twig.
Yeah, I know.
Somebody give that man a sandwich.
There's a reason. Well. You know, bro needs to hit the Big Bang Burger a little more.
Yeah.
The homies that have played Persona 5 know that Big Bang Burger challenge does go kind of crazy.
Is that actually a restaurant in the game?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Cool. Big Bang Burger?
Yeah. No, it's a good game. I will vouch for that game no matter what. I've played through it twice, and I got my first playthrough done last summer. So
How long did it take you?
Oh, goodness. 80 hours?
80 hours?
Something
Isn't
like
the
that?
game like 150 hours?
No.
Oh.
No. That's like if you're gonna like do like all the stuff.
Oh.
And then like it really climbs towards like the multi-100-hour mark. But if you're just playing for the story, it's closer to like 80 hours.
Oh, okay.
It's a very good game. It's on Game Pass. You should play it.
I want to get it. I will play it eventually. I will. You have my word on it.
But going into this, we are going to see Hydra. I think that is not up for contention at this point.
Yeah, I mean,
and the Palutena is going to come out because Rampage went on the Joker.
Yeah, I mean, I'm curious how Insignia is feeling, because we saw earlier that sadly the Wolf did not turn out very well against the Palutena, but he's using Corrin now.
Right. This is a different ballgame now.
And I think I'm also curious to see how the Palutena is feeling, because I mean, on one hand, you've already played against Insignia, so maybe you have an idea of what his habits are, but at the same time, I think Insignia might be feeling a little more confident now. I mean, because he's just been on a tear ever since.
Yeah, no, absolutely. This Corrin has been it's been good. It's been really kind of it's been working a lot better than the Wolf. I can tell you that much for sure. It's going to be interesting to see how Hydra really adapts to that. This is going to be a very different insignia than Hydra saw when they first came in to the lobby today.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, Insignia is probably feeling extremely confident, super ready, and warmed up.
Insignia feeling confident? I don't believe it.
When isn't he feeling confident?
I refuse to believe that dude ever, like, feels doubt in his play.
I mean, that's how you got to be, though.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I joke about it a lot, but that really is a winning asset because you're never, if you're doubting yourself, you're already kind of putting yourself a couple steps before the starting line.
I mean, that's why he's one of our best players. I mean, a mental game. People underestimate just how far a good mentality can take you.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Your mental will win you games. You might not be the most like mechanically gifted player in the world in whatever game it is that you play, but your mental is really what's going to take you from like an okay player or like a casual player to above average or even just like great.
And I think we've seen it already multiple times. Despite some of the SNHU players already being at a pretty decent deficit, they kept their cool and they contributed what they could.
Yeah.
And thankfully, they were, I mean, astronomical.
Yeah, and that's why, like, often at this desk we talk about y'all as a group, as a collective. I feel like y'all really sort of cultivate a culture where staying cool, calm, and collected is easy. Because you don't feel, obviously there's pressure because you want to perform your best and, you want to get the dub for your team. But if you can't secure it, it's not like your teammates are going to get all down on you.
Yeah, I mean,
at least not in a serious manner. They'll joke around with you, but they're not going to make you feel down about not being able to take 12 stocks and flex and get the Luigi down taunt spike.
It's like, come on, man! You seriously didn't 0 to death all five people on the other team? Come on. We expected more from you.
Like, I think that mental really is the sort of unspoken factor in Smash. It gets talked about a lot in like more traditional team-based esports, your League of Legends, your Overwatches, but it's not really mentioned in the FGC. I feel like as much as it should be.
Oh yeah.
Especially since FGC is all mental. It's all reading and strategy and of course. You're kind of bottlenecked by your mechanics and your ability to perform the inputs, but really the entire game is just playing out in your head.
Yeah, and I mean, I think honestly don't know what to say. I mean,
we are.
No, I mean, SNHU's just in a good spot.
Yeah,
like, they have to be feeling great right now, especially Insignia.
Yeah, even like Hydra has to be kind of not happy at the idea of trying to take 6 stocks with 3 stocks of their own. That's never a situation you want to be put in, even if you're the anchor, where that's kind of your job.
But especially if you're the Palutena, though, you're probably feeling a little bit confident in your own right because you're like, okay, I've already played against this guy, I've beaten him, I can do it again.
Yeah,
and I've already proved I can beat more than one person on this team.
Yeah. This is just going to be a really interesting matchup, especially since like the stakes of playoffs are hanging over everybody's heads. I know every single team in our program right now is really looking forward to the postseason of their respective games and just really trying to make the most of whatever run they can get for this Smash Blue team. They're set for a pretty solid playoff run, but a win here would really kind of set them up good.
And I think, I mean, man, this is just I feel like Corrin Palutena, not a common matchup you see.
Yeah,
like,
no.
At all. But, I mean, I feel like in general, I feel like this could be a little rough for Corrin, but better than Wolf.
What? We gotta scrap literally everything we just said.
Everything we just talked about is meaningless.
The New Jersey City University Gothic Knights are sending out Wolf.
Okay.
They're going Wolf now.
So
I guess they wanted to flip the script.
yeah, no, I don't know. Someone's
We're
been
all here
laughing out.
talking high and mighty.
Yeah, no,
Yes, the Palutina.
Yeah.
It's so obvious, the Palutina.
Yeah, no.
They're like, no, Wolf.
Someone just wants to mess with us.
Yeah, honestly, maybe they're just trying to get the revenge on Adam. It's like, you trying to play Wolf against us? How about... We'll see how you like
I
our
don't know.
Wolf.
I don't know. There's certainly a reason behind that switch up, but we'll see if it pays dividends. I think that Palutino was so strong at slowing the game down.
I could see Wolf being a good pick here.
Yeah, no, absolutely, but I just have to wonder, where it kind of plays in to,
Their game plan.
Yeah.
Because this isn't their last player, is it?
Yes, it is.
Oh, it is.
They are on 3 stocks. We are on 6.
Is it the same player playing, like the same Palutino player just switching to Wolf, or is it a different player?
I'd have to assume. We haven't seen them yet, and that would only leave one other player on their roster, and Hydra has been a consistent part of this squad since last semester and has been a consistent part of the squad all night tonight. It'd be a really odd decision to take them out now, but
Yeah.
yeah, it is Hydra coming out on the Wolf, second character of the night, and this is a very nice piece of music for very aggressive combat.
Hydra probably feeling a little bit more comfortable with this pick. Personally, I'm not sure too why. I don't know the intricacies of this matchup, but I'm sure that's probably something Hydra's more knowledgeable about than I am.
No, absolutely. I'm not going to pretend like I am knowledgeable in this matchup, but both players really going blow for blow here. Very limited percent differential right now, and for every hit that Hydra gets, Insignia responds, and vice versa. No one's really kind of getting an early advantage here, which is not what you're looking for if you're the anchor, Seeing the counter come out for the first time in forever, but the back air just barely doesn't go great.
Not quite gonna kill yet. Yeah, it definitely looks like Hydra's playing super patient, trying to use that laser as much as possible.
Yeah, no, it's such a good option that you'd be kind of silly not to, especially since, Corrin has a projectile, but not one that comes out nearly as quickly. Insignia is down a stock right now, but if they are able to secure this stock quickly, it'll put Hydra in a situation that they were not, kind of expecting, I feel like. And there it is. The stock is quick. Insignia only at 20%. That is not much extra credit whatsoever. One move or 1 or 2 moves is going to be able to make up that gap.
And just like that, Insignia is able to bring it back.
Yeah. Hydra, though, is turning up early now. Ooh, that was a nice little 2-frame. And Hydra really pushing the advantage now. Not giving Insignia a chance to breathe. Might be able to get back to stage there.
He let go of shield. The up smash connected.
Yep. Very scary.
And Hydra is just keeping the pressure coming.
Insignia at 158. Rage is going to hurt at this percent, but it can only do so much, right? You're only going to get so much value out of Rage. Really, you want to get as much percent as you can here so that you can secure a stock quickly. Next stock,
especially when you're a lighter character like Corrin, who sadly gonna get the stock taken by Hydra there.
Yeah, that was a kind of a bold decision to go directly into Hydra there, but.
When you're a lighter character, you can't exactly use Rage as much as, say, for example, a Heavy or, Bowser.
Right.
Coincidentally, Insignia also plays.
Yeah.
But, man, Hydra's doing just a great job. Playing super patient, just throwing out these lasers.
Yeah, no, absolutely. There's a reason why Hydra is their anchor, but Insignia, after kind of taking a breath, losing that stock, is really starting to play a little bit more confidently here, not getting so antsy for the engage, and getting a lot of percent. One good smash attack or something might be able to secure the stock here, and if it does, that is not a good situation for Hydra. you really wanted to be able to take this this very, very cleanly. If you're Hydra, you know, you still have another player
Careful off
in the
stage.
banks for SNHU. And just
No Insignia holding the up smash. Sadly, Hydra is going to punish that.
yeah, just a bit. Not able to secure a stock or anything off of it. Does punish the counter though. This could be scary off stage.
Keeping Corrin off stage in disadvantage.
Things have slowed a little bit. Insignia getting to center stage. No punish coming through,
The
but
shield poke. Are we gonna get the
shield
shield poke? Yep.
oh my goodness! Absolutely beautiful and a little goofy.
We have fun here.
Yeah, no, but that looks goofy, but it secures the stock, which is just exactly what SNHU Blue needed there. If you're going in to, you know, let's say Hydra takes this stock here, which is likely, I would say, you're going to have to take 3 stocks with one of your own as an anchor. It's going to be tough, especially since Wolf is not a character that we've seen them on very much. Yeah, and that dash attack is great, securing the last stock fairly quickly, not putting much pressure on, but
At that percent, pretty much almost all of Wolf's moves can kill.
yeah, Wolf hits hard. Wolf is like the hard-hitting Spacey.
But we are going to be getting the Crust.
Yeah,
The Falco. And I like that pick.
you know, you say the Falco, but
oh, you're right. Maybe we don't.
Crust known for labbing out a lot of different characters.
I've sadly been subjected to that.
Yo, Crust, what you playing?
I don't know, bro. I'm a game. I'm gonna play the game.
Yeah. You're not gonna give us any leaks?
I'm gonna flick the C stick upwards, and then I'm gonna do it again.
Okay.
I'll do it again, and
Okay.
if all else fails, I think I might just flick C stick upwards.
All right. I'm going to assume that that's the Falco pick coming through based on the commentary of the potential play style of Crust here. A lot of up on the C stick, which I assume is bound to tilt and not smash.
Yeah, I don't know why, but as he was saying that, I was just thinking in my head like Luigi. I don't know why. I just kept imagining Luigi spamming up smash.
No, Luigi spams grab. Bro wants to go for the touch of death.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm like, that can't be it. Luigi spams the plunger.
So it's gonna be interesting to see this matchup. Crust, just a very good player. I mean, there's no two ways about it. Our roster overall is just so very strong on both teams.
Yeah, and honestly, I like the Falco pick. I think that's an even matchup for Wolf and Falco. They kind of have similar movesets. Not quite. I mean, in terms of specials, maybe.
Yeah.
It's just Falco has the better air mobility, but I would say Wolf has better neutral tools. But then you also have Falco with the better combo game.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting matchup. I think if Crust can get combos going, it's going to heavily favor Crust going forward because he's going to have 3 stocks, get those combos going. If Hydra gets caught by one of them, it's going to be very tough to make the climb back.
And not only that, but as we just saw, even though Wolf does have the reflect, he's not really going to be able to profit as much off of it as much as Falco.
Yeah, and you know, these aerials and tilts are coming out so quickly from Crust, putting so much pressure on. Hydra really doesn't have any room to breathe. Finally finding some, getting Crust off stage, putting in a lot of percent, making the gap non-existent, but I was going to say a lot of pressure coming out from Crust, but the side B is huge and does do a lot of percent to Crust, just plays a little bit too close to the ledge there, and now again, the gap is basically non-existent.
Forward air.
The problem is, a gap this slim, it does not help Hydra whatsoever. This is absolutely what Crust wants, you know?
Yeah, I feel like Crust is one of, good back air by Hydra.
That back air is great, but you're in a very tough spot if you're Hydra. You have to take 2 more stocks at 97, and the back air comes out,
to back air,
secures
and
the
just
stock.
like that, secures the stock, secures the game.
Yep.
And just like that, I think SNHU takes it.
And with that, in week 9 of NECC, Insignia runs through our camera,
we got
and
teammates running by.
SNHU Blue has secured the W, going, I believe, 7-1 on the regular season. Absolutely incredible play from all of our players here on SNHU Blue. Every single player contributed greatly to the rest of the season, and everyone absolutely going wild. Bro,
Is he leaving? Oh. Are you leaving?
Insignia goes through our camera twice, dips, no explanation.
Man, we won. I finished the assignment. I'm going home.
Bro didn't even take the last stock. You didn't earn that. But no, absolutely great play from everyone involved. GG's to both SNHU Blue and the NJCU Gothic Knights.
Yo,
Hi,
is that
Duffy.
the coach, Duffy?
So happy.
Yeah,
Would you like a little bit of an interview here?
Sure. Yeah, I can say a few words.
Do you want to hand off the headset?
Oh yeah, sure.
I'm so sorry. Thanks for commenting.
Yeah, of course.
You were awesome.
Yeah, give it. Everybody in chat, give a quick shout out to Toucan Sam. Kind of stuck in a really weird spot, but did a great job, if I do say so myself. So hi,
Matt.
It's great to see you again. It's been a little while.
Yeah, it's been a few days.
But sort of what are you looking for after that match? We're going to playoffs. I don't know who you're playing against first, but
I don't know either. I'd imagine we're probably a top 4 seed based on the records between Group A and Group B. Top 2 is probably Fisher, Jerry, and Fisher Tony.
yeah.
And then there's a 4th, not sure, or a 3rd and 4th. I think we're in that 3rd and 4th, but it's kind of hard to tell. Yeah, we're definitely going to be preparing for Fisher. We'll keep preparing for New Jersey because they're also really strong. I'm just really happy we won that set because last semester that team was really tough for us. They're still tough. So I'm just really happy that the guys were able to learn from their losses and apply the things they've learned. And I'm just really proud of them.
Yeah, no, very, very well played from everybody in the squad tonight. Do you think that we talk about it a lot? How do you think that the team culture will really affect y'all going into playoffs? Y'all are so tight-knit as a group that it really, really shows to us here at the caster desk.
Yeah, I think, the fact that all these players are so close with each other and, that they're also supportive of each other makes a huge difference. When we started Smash as a varsity esport, we were still in lockdown and we were all playing from our bedrooms and just communicating over Discord, and that was really tough. Smash on Wi-Fi or on the internet isn't the most fun. It can be really frustrating at times, so having that in-person moral support to just be like, hey dude, it's okay, I know it's Wi-Fi, it can be tough, but we're all in it together, that makes a huge difference.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, that was an absolutely incredible set. I am very glad that I got to cast that, and I'm sure you are glad that you got to witness your squad taking the massive W tonight. So with that, I'm going to, for both Bobby Kresnik and Toucan Sam, I'm going to say thank you very much for watching this broadcast. We do have GSG coming up May 20th as part of the New England Smash Invitational. The winner of that will be guaranteed a qualified spot into the Invitational alongside players like Light and Mars. I'm not even involved with the community that much, and I know those names, so that's a big deal. As well, we do have, I believe, League of Legends tomorrow, so if you are interested in that, please do come on and stop by. For the rest of the week, I believe we have Overwatch and then Rocket League. Shaping up to be a very exciting week at the end of the semester. So, with that, I would like to thank you all again for watching. I've been Matt, this is Duffy, and shoutouts to Toucan Sam, who did a great job tonight. And with that, we will see you next time. Thank you very much.
See ya.
well and puts himself back in the lead.
That was a great read to the roll, but just barely doesn't kill. One more good move. Will take it, and there it is. I believe he back aired the projectile.
Detect and inside be on Wi-Fi. Is it how big of a window is it? Because I actually
Not big enough.
Not big enough.
It's really odd to see some of these punishes coming out, and that would block there. You know, there are a lot safer options out of that command grab than down smash. Oh no! Oh no! Ganondorf moment. The flood coming out. There it is. Oh, just barely, as I say, caster curse, but the flood just really putting in the work.
Love that ability.
Lead here, you know. It's not usually a common thing to put your anchor up first.
Here we go. Good
But-
forward air off stage.
Yeah, that forward air is.
Up air. Go up throw, I mean.
Yep. Very,
Okay.
very close.
Up
One
tilt.
good move for Crust would probably do it here.
Good
And it's the up smash.
to catch
And
the
the-
ledge get up.
That's fairly high percent in this game.
I like how Chris is approaching this match though. Like he's being super patient and getting the up smash on the platform.
Yeah, I don't know
What
why
a
the very spooky there, but the neutral B does not hit, and the blaster comes out, gets Samus off stage. The pressure is on now.
Good
the
forward
forward air
air.
is huge. Another stock secure.
This is ideal because Samus at a pretty high percent. Oh, this is what you want. You want the Samus off stage.
Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah. Just into up air. Just a good move. But
It's not
You know-
the end of the world here though.
absolutely not. Great
Good
chase
upbeat.
from.
Extremely early.
Yeah, this is definitely very tough to play into, especially when you're at such a percent deficit. Even though you took the first stock,
good
kills
drag on that
on ledge. Aerials masterfully to just keep the pressure on. There's no room to breathe for Maximus.
Yeah, man.
Even when you think you get a hit,
And
but
we
the
got the
tipper
tipper.
comes out just as I was speaking about.
Really trying to keep Insignia off the stage but try as he might, Insignia will be the first to take the stock.
Yeah, Corin just dashing with the kick out of a 50-50, a 25-25, 25-25, basically. Now, Arsene about to come up, though. That's real scary.
Yeah,
for
I'm noticing
Insignia,
a
but
good
the
tipper,
tipper
wow.
hits right on.
Out the counter.
And there we see like kind of the 50-50 be taken from that side B.
Good job
Ooh.
waiting out the counter and the
Ooh.
spike off.
The up smash. One of those will take a stock here, undoubtedly. But, you know, Maximus really pushing the advantage, but as I
Turning the
say,
favor with an up smash.
yeah,
The roll get up, but missed it by like
this much.
seconds.
Like,
yeah.
Very, very close game right now. About even percentages.
I mean, hey.
Yeah. And the flood does not get off stage, but the pressure is on here for Maximus. Oh my
Good
goodness, he
read.
reads the wall and sneaks out a stock. Placed
back throw.
perfectly. The back throw is huge, and Flood has been shown to be a great asset for Steven in this matchup.
Oh.
Samu, I don't know. And just very, I mean, Steven has not let Zamu breathe. You touched on it there, but yeah, Zamu has not been able to play their game.
Wow.
That star
That
kills.
killed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good up
Great
smash.
punish. One or two more good moves is gonna do it for Swanky, and
Yup,
there
and
it is. The arm.
Megawatt. I think Megawatt will be a huge game changer here because, as we said earlier, Joker being light as a feather,
Yeah.
he's not gonna like that.
No, absolutely not. And it's
just
oh
yeah.
my goodness.
There we go.
Very much punishable.
You don't want to go for those options that are too obvious because the opponent will be able to capitalize off of him. But
Wait
he
a
does get
minute.
the Ram off stage. Definitely not expecting that up B to hit while he was still on the stage. Good job using his Rebel's guard though, but sadly, and it did not matter. To Insignia.
To secure this stock quickly, it'll put Hydra in a situation that they were not, kind of expecting. I feel like, and there it is. The
Good
stock
up
is
air.
quick. Slowed a little bit. Insignia getting to center stage. No punish coming through,
The
but
shield poke. Are we gonna get the
shield
shield poke? Yup.
oh my
yup.
goodness!
Oh, good back here by Hydra.
That back air is great, but you're in a very tough spot if you're Hydra. You have to take 2 more stocks at 97. And the
But
back air
the
comes
up
out.
tilt's a back air.
That back air is great, but you're in a very tough spot if you're Hydra. You have to take 2 more stocks at 97. And the
But
back air
the up
comes out.
tilt's a back air.
secures
Yup,
the
and just
stock.
like that, secures the